am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them on anything.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Sam Beard, and Bad News Bubba, the one, the only. Happy Friday morning to you. Proper job, Bubba. Top of the morning to you. How are you, my friend?
I figured we wanted to listen to the syndicate radio, you know?
See what they're up to. Well, I mean, it would be nice to see what they're talking about. What the hell are they talking about right now? What are the put them on? Let's see what they're talking about.
With Mason Miller, they are 4 games back.
Mason Miller,
pitcher,
baseball, yeah.
Padres, yeah. All right.
You said Dodgers or Padres? What'd you say?
No, I said I thought it was a Padres, but
okay,
probably wrong. I forget which team. I know he's a reliever though.
All right.
Yesterday was a testament to my stomach.
Yesterday was a testament to your stomach?
Yes.
In a good way or bad way?
Pretty bad. Had 2 close calls. Survived both of them though. First one was for lunch. Had this it's been in our work fridge for about over a month, but these things are due to expire next Monday.
Okay.
And so whenever I inhaled one, it was way more chunky than it should have been. And that was the first close call. Because, it's a milk-based, almost like a protein shake product, but, you don't want chunky milk products. And then the second one was I tried to make homemade gnocchi yesterday. Wasn't bad, just they ended up like dumplings and they were the size of about ping pong balls, so I wouldn't call that a success, but it wasn't a complete failure. That wasn't the problem. The problem was afterwards, there's to dress it up, there's been this tub of Parmesan cheese in our fridge, and if you look at it, from one way, it still looks good. If you were to flip it around, you notice that half the tub is green. I didn't flip it around. So I just took the tub out and I just ripped the top off and I started to sprinkle. And then I looked and I was like, wait a minute. But I've already went too far, John. So I picked off what I could and I just said, all right, some of the cheese is, blue. It's already got mold in it for a reason.
Well, you're still here.
And I survived. And guess what? I didn't face any issues in any way, shape, or form.
Let's go. So, Iron stomach.
That's
Iron
what
Man.
they call me.
Good job by Bubba's stomach.
It's just blue cheese, basically.
Yeah, without the blue hue, just more green and smelly and intimidating.
Just got to tell yourself it's blue cheese, I think.
Sam, top of the morning to you. How are you?
Top of the morning. Doing solid. Watched, got caught up on my latest show. I'm watching Cape Fear.
Okay.
Watched, I guess I missed an episode last week, but then on those Apple TV shows that release weekly, sometimes I'd kind of rather just build up a couple weeks so I can kind of watch 2 back to back instead of just be on the edge of my seat again 50 minutes later. So kind of watched the one that I missed from last week, and then it was like 8 o'clock once I started that one up. So by the time I finished the previous episode, the new one was already out. So I got to knock out back-to-back episodes of that. Great show.
Beautiful.
I need to watch the movie, I think, at this point, because it's a very, by all accounts of what I've read and stuff, the movie's really scary, and this is a good rendition, I guess, of it in TV show form.
Apple TV continues to make great TV.
They do have that kind of cornered down right now.
Yeah, in terms of original stuff coming out, I mean, to me, it feels like pretty much all HBO's got going right now are the Dragon shows. You know, House of Dragon, and then what was the 30-minute spinoff called? The Seven Kingdoms.
Knights of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, I mean, like those are the only 2 HBO shows I've seen really get talked about. That DTF St. Louis, I mean, that was a one-off, one-season thing. They swung there with some stars trying to put something together.
Feels like they've just always got something new coming out too. Like
yeah, I mean,
they're not getting they're not getting complacent with good shows and just being like, all right, we'll just keep it to these 3 or 4.
You're talking about Apple?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like one of the best streaming shows, if not the best streaming show, the one I kind of enjoy the most is Shrinking. I find that to be very delightful. Jason Segel and Harrison Ford and Jessica Williams, like those. That one, I found that one to be.
I think that's going to be the next one I start.
Yeah, I mean that one's delightful. It's like got the heart of Ted Lasso without like the goofiness.
Okay.
It's like the same person that did Ted Lasso.
We actually started watching Ted Lasso too after Cape Fear, so maybe we'll just watch Shrinking instead.
Well, I mean, I like Ted Lasso too. To me, the first season of Ted Lasso is pretty great. There's one scene in particular. There's a dart scene that's like near Apex TV in terms of scenes I've enjoyed.
I've seen that one before.
Yeah.
I feel like just on YouTube.
Yeah. I imagine if you actually watch the show, you'll appreciate it more, like with the buildup of it and everything. But it's still a great scene. And, you know, season 2 was good. I kind of thought they fell off a cliff in season 3 a little bit. Kind of lost their minds. Kind of came to a screeching halt. But overall, I'd still give the show a solid like 7.5, 8 out of 10. We'll see what happens with season 4. They got season 4 coming out soon, where they're switching it and doing like all women's soccer. Because like season 3 kind of left it where you thought it was ending there. That's kind of what they intended. But then they came back. It's like, actually, we're going to do a women's soccer team and get everybody back together. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, Shrinking kind of has that same wholesome feeling with actual some like real stuff and less goofiness. So I'd recommend it. That's probably my favorite show that's like active right now.
Guess I'll try it out.
Okay. I would, yeah, I mean, I feel very strong about that recommendation. I would recommend it to pretty much anybody.
I've only heard good things, I feel.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not one of those. Sometimes there's like TV shows that I'm not sure everybody would like. So I'd be like, I don't know if I think you'd like that, Sam. But Shrinking, I think, is pretty
universally loved.
Yeah, I think pretty much everybody could find some good in that. It's a movie night for me last night. Not in theaters, just a little movie at home. It's very strange not having any sports on. Very strange not having any sports on. Not caring at all really about MLB baseball. The WNBA. I don't know if you've been seeing or keeping up at all what's going on in Chicago.
I've seen the headlines from the articles, and I was just I'm exiting from this one.
No, not where the one old white woman compared what's happening with Caitlin Clark to
Emmett Till.
the lynching of Emmett Till. No, not that. Although that was a head scratcher in itself yesterday. Which I appreciate what she was trying to go for. I'm reading. It's one of those things. Like I'm reading the article. I see some people like upset about it, so I click it and I'm reading it on USA Today, and I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, this is about Caitlin Clark's kind of true. Okay, yeah, she does complain a lot. Okay, yeah, some flopping. Okay, I understand. Yeah, they called Chelsea Gray the N-word. Yeah.
You just
Okay.
get to that
Yeah, and I'm just like, all right, that's true. I mean, like that did lead to them getting called the N-word, and like I'm sure the players do get some hate, some fair points here. And then boom, this is like Emmett Till and lynching in Chicago, and I'm like, oh my God. Didn't see that coming because I hadn't seen the controversy. And then after I tweet out that it's crazy, then my algorithm just hits where there's like, 30 other people talking about how wild that article is. Then she like went private on Twitter, then came back with like an Instagram statement where basically she kind of doubles down. And it's just like the problem wasn't, she's basically, I'm sorry for my comparison without giving proper context. I basically, she's like, I thought everyone kind of knew the deal. I should have given more context. And I was like, I don't think it's the context that we're lacking. We at least most of us, I think, knows what happened with Emmett Till. It wasn't that you didn't paint the picture of what happened with the whole whistle that wasn't really a whistle and the lying and everything. No. It's just that Caitlin Clark maybe embellishing foul calls isn't the same thing. Isn't worth the comparison. No, I'm talking about my feed's just been hit with these all these girls partying. They're in Chicago for All-Star Weekend, all the players.
Really?
Now, some of it I enjoy. Some of it's like, there's my girl Sonya, beautiful in a dress, because they love their fashion. I'm like, look at her. My little, I think Spanish, Italian, hell, I don't know. My little tan, dark-haired queen. Love seeing that. And then it's also like, okay, here's Paige Becker's just really drunk and trying to be funny. Okay, that's kind of charming. And then it's like these two girls that go by the Stud Buds. Stud as in the lesbian version of stud, Bubba, is what the genesis of it is. And they both have dyed their hair blue, and they're just doing this 72-hour live stream. They're just live streaming it all like on Twitch. And they're just like in the club.
So WNBA All-Star Weekend is essentially just a giant bachelorette party.
Yes and no. A bachelorette party where if it seemed like maybe half the league was sleeping with each other.
Okay. So it's
because there's a
Love
lot of
Island.
I mean, there's a lot of lesbians.
So it's just Love Island, basically.
Kind of. Now, not everybody's there. Like some people are just like, oh, these guys are crazy. But like, it does seem like there's just like a lot of like sexual tension. And it's so strange to me that this league is doing like coming together and doing this. And I'm just like, what if this was the NBA? What if all the NBA boys were flirting with each other like this? What if the NFL got together and they're just got two, people basically trying to test the sexual chemistry of everybody? It's just a very strange thing. But my algorithm is full of it. So that was like the only sports I really consumed yesterday.
I am looking up some of these, some of this stuff that's been going on.
Just nonstop clips. That's all my algorithm is. But they're live streaming for 72 hours and party in Chicago. I guess they got a lot of stuff to get to. But then it was a movie night. I watched The Invitation. I rewatched it from 2015. Kind of a horror movie, like a horror cult movie. You ever seen it?
I've heard of it.
Pretty good.
The Invitation.
You got to make sure you get the 2015 version, not the 2020. There's like a 2022, 2023 version. That's
okay, maybe that's what I had heard then.
Well, there's like a vampire one that's not good. Don't watch that one. I've watched that one before too. Don't watch that one. That one's not good. This one's like set in California. It's got VFL Logan Marshall Green in it.
Is this 2015 one based on
No.
Or the 2022 one's based on 2015?
No.
Is that like a no-no in the horror film industry?
I don't know. I feel like it probably should be. Like you can't name. Now The Invitation is kind of a basic name, and like I don't think the 2015 one got like a theatrical release. I wouldn't imagine. It's very indie.
Not enough backing for it to be
whereas
standalone.
the vampire one I remember getting theater release, so maybe if you're just like an indie film you don't get the same protection, but it is a little disorienting. So I am not co-signing the vampire one from like 2023. Don't watch that one, or 2022, whenever the hell it was. Don't watch that one.
I'm so conflicted over the Stud Buds.
Yeah.
Bubba spent the last 5 minutes here on Stud Bud. # Stud Bud.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, be careful. Like, your algorithm's going to be overtaken with it. Like, yeah, on one point, it's like,
I'm somewhat entertained by it, but also other times it's like,
Rakia's looking great.
Okay, I didn't see Rakia popping up. That's good. I mean, they're in Chicago. That's her city, so I'm glad she gets to pop out.
Paige Beckers has got to find a new stylist or whatever. I know.
I think it kind of works for her.
I don't know.
That's my shoe, man. That's my shoe.
The cutoff
dress button-up dress shirt with a tie.
It kind of works for her. She's got
stud bud for a reason.
She's got aura.
I think she should just wear.
She could probably take my girl.
A cutoff.
Yeah,
just a cutoff t-shirt.
Yeah, no tie. I feel like she usually does just wear like the cutoff, like little sweaters, like little short sleeve sweaters. I feel like I see her in those a lot. But
she's like a genuine Billie Eilish.
Yeah, yeah, maybe what Billie Eilish is trying to go for. This is just who Paige is. Anyways,
Brianna Stewart in the strange outfit.
Yeah, no, yeah, like, and they're all
just weirds me out.
No, Brianna Stewart
needs to see the sun.
Yeah, no, Brianna Stewart is probably like a top 5 women's basketball player of the last like 30, 40 years, but like, I don't like her at all. I find her just gross looking.
I think she's a vampire.
Yeah, she's just gross looking. I don't like the way she talks. I don't like the way she plays. Or she plays good. I shouldn't say that, but like, I just don't like her. Yeah,
she reminds me of the food critic in Ratatouille.
Never seen Ratatouille.
Maybe that should have been on your movie night.
Maybe I should watch it. I mean, I kind of
think you'd like that movie.
Yeah, no, I kind of get the concept of it. Just the rat controlling the cook, and I'm sure it's
wholesome animated movie.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird things that I never find the right time. I need to wait till like being really the only time I can pop those on. I guess I could do it anytime. Hell, I'm a grown adult. Like I said, at home and watch Ratatouille if I want. Just would feel a little weird.
Brianna Stewart, 4 White Claws.
What do you mean by that, Bubba?
Stud buds are for everyone, John.
4 White Claws. Let's go to break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run. Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Bubba, you are tasked with 2 things today, okay?
What?
You are tasked with 2 things over the next couple hours. You ready? I need you to keep an eye whenever the SEC announces their awards, projections, standings. Make sure you got your finger on the pulse there. Keep an eye on Twitter.
For what sport?
You didn't specify, John.
Bubba, what sport do you think I'm talking about?
Probably football.
You think football? You know, the place where they've been down in Tampa Bay all together. All the media having this big event all
There's
week.
a lot of sports going around, John.
Not really. Not in the SEC, there's not. What sport, he asked.
I thought it was a fair question. I've been seeing a lot more basketball stuff on my timeline here recently.
You ain't seen a lot of SEC basketball stuff. You've seen Rick Barnes talking to the media.
Well, that's good enough for me.
In Knoxville.
It fits my narrative.
Not really.
Okay. What's the second thing?
Shout out Fan Run Zone on the Rick Barnes documentary. Shout out Allie.
That's true. Allie Campbell, a superstar who left kind of the sports world, at least part-time. She's like basically like working hand in hand with Garth Brooks now. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
She like runs Garth Brooks' like social media. It's pretty cool.
Bubba needs the other thing to write down on his hand notepad.
He's got a tour coming up, so I'm sure she'll get to do some cool stuff there. You navigate the chat on YouTube. Shout out to all the freaks. And just compile topics. I'm tasking them with either asking questions or having topics for a little Friday freestyle. Because, look, it's the off season. We ain't got a lot to talk about.
So far, there's not much. We just have a morning freaks.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to.
John, pick for Big Brother this season.
Okay, yeah, like jot stuff like that down. You don't have to handwrite them all, Bubba. You can copy and paste.
John, I'm usually a podcast
Not
listener,
yet.
and your Grant Williams take was really bad before the Vandy game, as it was nowhere near as bad as me calling in years ago telling you Marvin Bagley was next up.
I don't remember Marvin Bagley saying he was next up. I feel like that's a worse take than saying Grant Williams wasn't going to be good in one game just because Vandy had some post depth. Like you were betting like a long-term guy. You were calling your shot long term. I was just looking at a one-off, one game thing. If Grant Williams played Vandy 10 times, who knows? Maybe he would have struggled in like 6 of them. But you had like 5 years for Marvin Bagley to end up being good. But yeah, don't read those now, Bubba. That'll be an hour 2. So compile those. But that'll be a part of the responsibility of the freaks on YouTube, of course, to come up with some good stuff for us.
That's kind of just perfect for us too, like. Bad show, hour 2, hour 3. We can just blame it on them.
That is true. This is what I call passing the buck. So I'm passing the buck to Bubba, and I'm passing the buck to the audience. I mean, we'll be able to find something to talk about without them, but I'm just saying, like, it's too early to really get into the NFL. There's nothing new there that we really want to hit other than, like, one of the Bosa brothers, coming out to dance on the grave of Ryan Clark out of nowhere. First tweet in 4 years is laughing at Ryan Clark getting fired, which I appreciate the pettiness. Apparently they got beef, so apparently Ryan Clark had said something about him years ago, so he came out of the woodwork and danced on his grave. Jacoby Brissett showing up to like training camp. He's gonna practice.
We've got our first like long-term injury of training camp already.
Who was that?
Nick Scourton for the Panthers.
Linebacker, right?
Yeah, like edge guy, outside linebacker.
Okay. Yeah, I saw he got hurt. I haven't done my full deep dive of the NFL yet. I need to kind of lock in and kind of have an idea of who's going to be projected, who my sleepers are and whatever. But like it's a little too early to break that glass. So we got the SEC Media Days coming out of it.
We got Vols practice injuries. Basketball.
And we got that. Yep. Which, at what point do we get worried about Tyler Lundblade? Rick Barnes is maintaining he's going to be fine, but he just hasn't been going through any of the summer practices, the summer workouts and stuff. He's been kind of having to just be there, going through walkthroughs and kind of being off to the side.
Not ideal. Not concerned maybe just yet. I'd feel like if it was like I just feel like shooting kind of just translates at some point. Whereas like if this was like Terrence Hill and like he needed to become our point guard for next year and, you know, not only kind of learn the offense, but like facilitate for everyone else there and kind of gain chemistry with everyone else on the team. In that sense, I'd be a little bit more worried, but like, I think it's pretty clear that like Lundblade's role on this team is going to be catch and shoot and be that, you know, outside threat type of thing.
Yeah, I would say I'd want a little bit of reps like on the team defense side,
sure,
you know, getting there. But yeah, the shooting should be able to kind of be a plug and play thing. Like, hey, we're going to run a pin down screen for you here, come around it and knock this three down for us. That should be kind of the same, you know, at Belmont and at Tennessee. Basketball doesn't have to be complicated. It's not the same thing as like a quarterback, of course, missing reps and not getting in on an offense and getting the reps there. Like basketball doesn't have to be that way. Now, the team defense stuff, I do think you're probably missing out some stuff there and some valuable reps and maybe falling down the depth chart a little bit. Like Lundblade, I thought had a really good chance of being a starter, you know, coming into the offseason. And I would probably say at this point, I would imagine he's going to kind of be a sixth man, seventh man if you know, he's able to give it a full go. Not panicked or worried, you know, just yet, but I will say I don't love seeing back injury with the basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Too much running, too much jumping to not have the back like continue to be like an issue, to have it get tight. But yeah, no, there's been a lot of basketball practice stuff, Bubba. You are right about that. Some wholesome clips, you know, of Juke Harris just basically saying the best thing about being at Tennessee is just getting to be coached by Rick Barnes every day. How excited he is about that. That's wholesome.
Rick came into my girlfriend's work the other day.
Oh, yeah?
And, like, she's not from here type of thing. And, like, she's not super locked in with, like, Tennessee basketball necessarily. So she didn't really know who he was. And, like, she helped him out. She's like, oh, yeah, he was, like, the nicest guy in the world. And then he walked out and someone was like, did you know who that was? And she was like, no idea. And she's like, that was the head coach of Tennessee basketball. And she's like, oh, well, great guy.
She had no clue who he was. Was he not wearing? I feel like he probably steps out in some Tennessee stuff, but I guess that's not that unique in Knoxville. There's plenty of people that wear Tennessee stuff.
Maybe. I didn't ask her what he was wearing.
Yeah. I guess there's a picture I can post with that police horse where he's just wearing kind of gray, kind of keeping it neutral.
He only had like Adidas shoes on.
Yeah.
Might have just been a tracksuit day for him.
You know, Rick Barnes probably appreciated that, honestly.
Yeah.
He probably appreciated just somebody being nice to him and not asking him basketball questions.
Rick's a good tracksuit guy too. He's got the tracksuit nailed down.
He usually looks pretty sharp.
If we can't find it on the Adidas website, we'll have to go through Bob and see if Rick can hook us up with a good Adidas tracksuit.
I doubt
I'm sure he'll have one.
I doubt Bob Baskerville will make that call for us with Rick to see if Rick will hook us up with a tracksuit. I doubt it.
Maybe Bob ain't got a choice.
What if we add Bob to the tracksuit rotation with us?
Bubba, were you implying there that you were going to give Bob an offer he can't refuse when you said he ain't got a choice? As if you're going to hold him like gunpoint and say that he either gets you a tracksuit or you kill him. Was that the implication there?
No.
It seemed like you were going Godfather mode there.
Everybody's got a price, John.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. That is true. SEC Media Day should be wrapping up here. We should get those standings, those quarterback, those all SEC teams. I'm curious there. Is there a quarterback conversation in the SEC when you like look at the returning guys, the new guys, the established pecking order? Is this a weak year? Is this a strong year for quarterbacks? Last year, they sold you on it being super strong whenever you looked at it in the offseason. It was loaded with talent in the offseason. When you look at it right now, prior to the 2026 season, Sam, how do you grade it?
I think maybe to your point about how last year's class was so hyped up, I think maybe I am coming into this year a little bit more cautious on kind of projecting some of these guys. And I do feel like it's kind of, I feel pretty solid about probably the top three that most people are putting out there in terms of like Trinidad Shameless, probably Gunnar Stockton, and I guess I'll throw Arch Manning in there.
Like Chambliss, I never know what the hell to say. He
must have Trinidad.
Yeah, let's call him Trinidad. Big TC. He's a more established quarterback than we've had in the SEC in quite a while, right? In terms of returning guys. Like,
yeah.
Last year, he clears everybody last year.
For sure.
I would say off the top of my head, he's probably the best established quarterback we've had since like Stetson Bennett was coming off of a national championship win. And even then, like Stetson Bennett wasn't getting a lot of love as a player. But like I give Chambliss a lot of respect when it comes to what he did last year and where he fits as an SEC quarterback. Are there questions about him without Lane Kiffin and like a brand new offense? Sure, I guess. But like, I trust that he's going to be just fine. I trust that his athleticism will still make him a big threat running, and I imagine he will still be good enough passing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I'd have him as my top returning SEC quarterback. I'd put Gunnar Stockton ahead of Arch Manning right now too, just because I have more proof of concept with what he can go out there and do.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. Now, I know earlier this week I said I was buying Arch Manning much more than I was last year, which is true because I was selling Arch Manning last year. Yeah. I didn't buy that he was going to be the top guy everybody thought. I do think he's going to be good this year. The question is how good. How much improved will he be? What kind of command of that offense will he have as he stepped into the leadership role? Or is it still going to be like, hey, here's like 3 swing passes every quarter where we're just trying to dump it down and get the ball out of his hands quickly because we don't really trust him or trust the offensive line. Stockton does play. He plays a quarterback like the leader I'm talking about, like, the intangible stuff. I give him that edge, but not the raw talent, of course, not the ceiling. So I'd probably have Arch still ahead of Gunnar, but I'm not gonna argue with you about it.
But then to me, after you get out of that top 3, I think it's like could be good, but are the lights going to be too bright for you type of thing? And I think that's where you include like Marcel Reed, Sam Leavitt over at LSU, John Mateer, Lenora Sellers, probably just guys that like have some starting experience, have shown the ability to make those big plays and wow you, but also have shown you plenty of times in big moments that they can kind of crumble at any time.
But, the guys next on the list, all at least, Marcel Reed, Lenora Sellers, John Mateer, those 3 guys returning to their school. Like year 2 at the very least in the system, year 3 in some guys' case. Like that, I think, is important. But like, yeah, you could tell me Marcel Reed is going to be the good version or the bad version. I don't have a lot of confidence in him. Sellers, I buy Sellers much more than I buy just the pieces around him. But at a certain point, like, that just ruins a quarterback. If you told me Lenore Sellers was playing in Josh Heupel, Tennessee's offense, I would probably have a lot more confidence in him being successful than I do right now at him at South Carolina.
Him not transferring this year was like career altering, in my opinion.
I won't call it career altering just yet, but like, yeah, that's what we're facing. Like, if he comes out and isn't very good and doesn't, turn himself into a top 5 pick, then yeah, it was career altering. Like, he did ruin his career, because he is a guy that, had he transferred somewhere better, would probably catapult into the top 5, almost assuredly. I'm not sure that Shane Beamer is going to get him there. Although they're working with Kendall Brawls now, right? Is that right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think so. They're on their 4th coordinator in 5 years. I think.
Yeah, which, I don't love changing coordinators again, but like, Kendall Brawls has coached some good offense before. We'll see if he can, make that work. Sam Levitt, whatever. We've talked about him. John Mateer. John Mateer is the guy to me that's probably got the highest ceiling and highest floor outside of Sellers, maybe. I would say Mateer's floor is lower than Sellers, because like Sellers, I feel like, just as a quarterback in general, still has the physical tools to run and create some stuff, whereas Mateer can run, but like, his passing is just so much worse whenever he's off. And then, yeah, just a whole bunch of new guys after that. Just a whole bunch of new guys coming in, either guys who haven't started or guys who are at new schools. Freshmen, when you look at Jared Curtis, when you look at Faison Brandon.
If I was a Mississippi State fan, I'd be really excited about the Kamario Taylor kid.
That's the guy that played against us some last year, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago, the
really tall, skinny black kid who's just like crazy athletic, but also has just got a rocket arm. Had that absurd looking injury in the bowl game where it looked like he had just like snapped his leg, and then it turned out that he just sprained his ankle somehow. But Mississippi State fans are super, super excited about this kid. I don't think, they're going to go out there and win 8 games with him, but I could see him winning, getting close to a bowl game and giving a lot of SEC teams fits, kind of. And just kind of losing.
Yeah, this isn't the guy I was thinking of.
You were thinking of Michael Van Buren, I bet.
Yeah.
The kid that transferred to LSU.
Yeah, maybe. This wasn't the guy I was thinking of. So, yeah, I don't know much about this Kamario Taylor guy, but, like, he could be. He could be one of those young guys that takes a big leap. The back half is all going to be kind of unproven, and he fits into that mold with Faison. I'll be interested to see if we're calling our shots for, like, first, second, third team All-SEC. Do we think Arch gets the nod at first team All-SEC, or do you think it'll be Trinidad? Because I feel like those are going to be the top 2.
I would hope it would be Trinidad.
Yeah.
But the racists down there.
That is true, Bubba. You can never take the racists for granted. If I was picking out, my prediction would be Trinidad 1, Arch 2, Gunnar Stockton 3 in terms of the All-SEC teams.
I wouldn't be shocked to see them put Arch at 1, just maybe because they think the Texas like supporting cast is better than Ole Miss's. But
I'd say Gunnar Stockton at 1.
You think Gunnar Stockton at 1?
Yeah.
I'd be pretty surprised if he was at 1. But yeah, I mean, like, between Trinidad and Arch, I do feel it's mostly a toss-up. Trinidad's proven more on the field. Arch has more hype around his team and his offense coming into 2026.
How high do you think, let's just like assume it's Faison, because that's what we're kind of hearing. How high do you feel like Faison could get into these SEC quarterback rankings, like into the season type of thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've been trying to figure that out. Like, it feels like it's going to be tough to say higher than like 6th or 7th.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't know if it is. Like, I'm trying not to be a homer or put unfair expectations on Faison when it comes to what he can do in this offense, but also just like what he can do actually on the field, because I think those are two different things. Like if you're asking me like where his stats rank, I would say his stats will rank in the top 5. Does that mean he's a top 5 quarterback? No, not necessarily. I thought Joey Aguilar, his stats were in the top 2, top 3 last year in the SEC. I didn't find him to be a top 2, top 3 SEC quarterback. So like those are two different things. And, I saw Josh Heupel, sit down with J.D. Pickell and he was asked a little bit about like what Faison brings to the quarterback battle that George doesn't. And, Heupel didn't say much. He did say he was bigger, bulkier, but he did kind of mention like there's more we can do there in the run game with him, which does kind of make me think that if he is the starter, which I think we're all expecting him to be the starter, that they will have some run game stuff for him, which I don't know if I necessarily love as a freshman or care about, or just like, hey, turn him loose, let him go play ball, don't babysit him. That would probably be my real answer if asked. Like I hope that like if Faison Brandon gets the reins, I hope that they don't babysit him. Now, by that, I mean, like, you don't have to call necessarily the whole playbook, but like, don't coddle him to the point where you take away his athleticism and his running ability because you're afraid he can't take a hit or he'll get hurt. Like I feel like if you put him out there, you got to have trust in him just to play the quarterback at a 10 out of 10 speed. We'll continue that conversation a little bit of how high Faison can go after the break. Stick with us. We got to catch some commercials, pay some bills.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox. Fox Sports Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Faison Brandon in the SEC quarterback rankings. You know, I think everyone pretty much everyone that puts out these rankings has had him very, very low, which, you know, whatever. Freshman, I get it. But the question Sam had is, where could he play his way onto? Is that the same question, or at least like a good starting point to look at where he would be ranked at coming into next year as a returning guy? No, because that wouldn't count the people that would be leaving. Because I was going to say, like, I feel confident that if Faison Brandon is the starting quarterback this year and is the starting quarterback at Tennessee next year, I anticipate right now that like the 2027 preseason rankings would have him in the top 3 at least. But that's not the same thing Sam's asking. You're asking how high he could get this year.
I'm looking at SEC Mike, and he had Faison at 9.
Okay.
Above Sam Levitt is interesting.
No, I mean, it is interesting, but like, I think Sam Levitt is very polarizing. I think you could make the case that he's great whenever you see some plays, and I think you can make the case that he is awful when you see some plays. You throw some injury in on top of that, and it goes even a little bit, further down the list of your expectations. But at the same time, you put him with Lane Kiffin, who has done pretty well with quarterbacks, and I think that, to me, maybe points his arrow up a little bit, just because I do think Kiffin, for all of his flaws as a coach, I do think he's still pretty good at getting good quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see that relationship with Kiffin and Levitt. But, like, where would you rank Levitt, Bubba, in terms of quarterback? Sam, like 5th, 6th, somewhere right there? So the question would be, like, could Faison Brandon come close to being more productive and better than Levitt? I'd probably say no as a freshman.
Both are 2-year guys, right? Like Levitt will be at LSU next year as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would take Faison Brandon's 2-year projection over Sam Levitt's 2-year projection.
Now Levitt could go pro. He's like a red shirt.
Okay.
He's like a red shirt sophomore, I believe. Like he could go pro. But he does have the option of coming back. Or maybe could he have gone pro this cycle? He could have, right? Because he was a freshman against Texas. No, okay. So he's like in year 3.
Okay,
is that right? Did he redshirt last year? I mean, I know he played a little bit, but like he got
I thought
hurt.
I remembered the whole thing when we were like all spun up about getting him to Knoxville. Was like, oh, we could have him for 2 years.
No, he could definitely be there for 2 years. I was just wondering if it
then
could.
It was the conversation of like, do we want him for 2 years? Because then that gets into the development of
Right.
Faison.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to think if he was a redshirt sophomore, but no, he's just a straight up junior.
Okay.
I know he got hurt last year, right? I don't know how many games he played. But okay. He played past the threshold, so he's just a straight up junior. No red shirt at all.
Well, that kind of takes away that point then. But if he wanted to stay, I would take I'd take Faison in 2 years over Sam Levitt in 2 years at LSU.
I think that would be a completely fair take. That's not exactly what we're trying to figure out with this 1 year though. Like, would you take Sam Levitt as a junior? You'd probably take Sam Levitt as a junior over Faison, right?
Yeah,
I
guess.
Yeah,
it's more to me what you said. Just Lane Kiffin finds a way to get the most out of his quarterbacks more than like, man, I really believe in Sam Levitt in the SEC. I know that if you pull the episodes back whenever we were pursuing Sam Levitt, I was probably saying, yeah, we got to go get this kid. But I felt like that was more of like a desperation. We need a quarterback move instead of like, hey, our new freshman has really come in and set the tone immediately and looks like a guy type of thing.
Well, also, like, I don't think anybody would fault you, and I don't think anybody – I mean, Josh Heupel felt the same way. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody in today's college football wants to sign up to play a freshman, especially when there are, like, established juniors. Now, Sam Leavitt, for all of his flaws and all of his question marks, I think all of us would take him 10 out of 10 times over somebody like Bo Perbula, who Josh Heupel looked at and said, you know what, the experience there, not worth it. Sam Leavitt's played in a playoff game. He's at least shown some flashes. There's some first-round potential there. I do think you roll the dice there. And, yeah, like everyone would want a junior quarterback who's established and played playoff games over a freshman. But like Josh Heupel, I would much rather have a freshman over like an experienced low-ceiling guy. Again, not to be mean to Bo Perbula in case he happens to be listening, but like Bo Perbula, I look at you as like the epitome of like a C-plus ceiling as a quarterback. Even at your best, Bo Perbula, you're just like right there above average as far as I'm concerned.
Deshaun Bishop's legs would have been falling off this year in the offense if we had to roll out with Bo Perbula.
Yeah, that would have been gross. Like the excitement we feel about the season to me would be completely gone. So like, yeah, like I don't fault Sam for wanting an established, experienced Sam Leavitt or any quarterback, throw Sorsby in there or, Ty Simpson or whoever. But like much like Heupel, once we got past Leavitt, I wanted to roll with Faison versus bringing in a low ceiling guy. I was on record. I would rather roll with Faison than year 6 Joey, just personally. Maybe that's a bad take. That's fine with me. I would give Joey Aguilar more of a B minus type of, maybe even a B plus on his best days, like as an absolute ceiling. But like I looked at Joey Aguilar as a B minus quarterback. I'll roll the dice that Faison Brandon, surrounded by this talent, can get to at least a B minus. Then, of course, you get into the discussion where, a B minus as a freshman is much, much better when you consider the experience and the hopeful growth that you'd be getting there. So, yeah, I don't think it makes you hypocritical if you go back to those episodes and hear us saying we wanted Leavitt. Because Josh Heupel did too.
It is just such an interesting exercise to me, though, because I really think outside of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league, it is a jumbled mess pretty much from like 5 to 10. And I think it's very possible that Faison, if he goes out there and, looks like that 5-star guy that we thought he could be, like could easily kind of skyrocket himself up these rankings, from the 15s into like the 7 or 8 type of category.
And look, you could tell me that, the play is good enough, especially by the end of the year, to be better than everyone outside the top 3. Like, I don't really see a scenario where he's better than Trinidad, Arch, or Gunnar Stockton. But like, if South Carolina still sucks and we're not really, considering Lenore Sellers as a game changer at all, if Sam Leavitt's still hurt, if John Mateer can't throw the ball, if he continues with his bad, decision making, and he gets banged up again, or just because like that's the thing about John Mateer. I know he keeps saying now he's healthy, brother. You run like a battering ram, that's a part of your game. It's kind of what I talked about with Josh Heupel. You can't really coach that out of John Mateer's game, and you probably shouldn't, because if not, you just all of a sudden have an average drop back passer. If John Mateer can't use his legs, then he's just an average drop back passer. What makes him good is that he is athletic. But that the downside of that is what happened last year, where he just ends up getting hurt. But like, you could tell me that there's a world where, Faison, equipped with Josh Heupel and this explosive offense and these good wide receivers and this good offensive line and this really, balanced, good running game led by, with the stud running back here known by the name of there's a local legend that would be leading this team, and he goes by the moniker everyone knows and loves him as
Big.
Oh, about damn time. What the hell are you doing the last 45 seconds?
Phased out.
Phased out?
That better not be phase on in the team meeting.
Here we are, shorthanded, just trying to make this work, trying to get us through the offseason. And I got Sam working today. I got Sam locked in.
Maybe he was looking at Big Bad Deshaun Bishop highlights.
I got Wilson over there just in his own little world. I say Wilson because it's a Home Improvement reference. The guy behind the fence where you can only see his eyes.
Wilson!
No. That's Castaway.
Castaway, yeah.
Or Dennis the Menace, where Dennis says, "Hey, Mr. Wilson." You're Wilson because all I can see is your eyes. You got that tan hat on, that khaki hat on, and all I can see is your eyes. That was the whole gimmick of the neighbor Wilson. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Only 3 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies. Some of the best promotions are still to come. Join us next week for a jam-packed week with all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers. On Friday, let's continue the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. Saturday, we honor one of the founding members of the Negro Southern League, the Knoxville Giants. And Sunday Fun Day to end out the week. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies. Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, "I've got your back." That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game.
Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. You're getting closer and closer to the weekend. Enjoy some White Claw Hard Seltzer. Toast to the weekend. Please drink responsibly when you do. Drink White Claw Hard Seltzer and support the people who support us. All right, let's run through some news. Let's look around the rest of the world. Bubba, what you got?
Well, Micah Parsons has a foot fetish.
He does. He posted about it on Twitter.
I get it. Not a foot guy, but cute toes are cute toes sometimes.
I don't get the fetish part of it. Like, I don't get making the foot like that big of a part of your identity. Like, I like a woman's foot. Don't get me wrong. I'll rub it. I'll caress it. I'll kiss it. I'll put my tongue in between the toes. Like, I'll do all that. But, like, I don't, like, necessarily go around and consider myself, like, a foot guy.
What a lucky lady.
Yeah, like, but, like, you know, I wouldn't go online and tell everybody I like feet. Like, I don't dislike feet. Or, like, that I wouldn't imply that that's, like, my kink. Because once you imply that that's your kink, you're stuck there. Mm-hmm. Like, Rex Ryan never came back from being foot guy.
Yeah, he's that one stuck with him for a while.
And this is maybe going to stick now with Micah Parsons.
I think this is a really easy way to get Micah Parsons off his game. You know, like, I would be if I was like an opposing coach or opposing player, I'd maybe like hit up some Instagram models or something like that live in your city and be like, hey, like, you want to meet up with Micah Parsons, and just really show off your feet to him.
Just have him.
And just get his mind in an absolute pretzel before the game where he's lining up, trying to sack the quarterback, and all he's thinking about is
that's my point. Like, do you think like if Michael Parsons, for example, or Rex Ryan or whoever considers himself foot guy who gets labeled this, like, hey, feet pics, is that doing more for him than like nudes? Or like, hey, here's a picture of my boobs. Does that do more for him, like the feet? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's all together. Maybe he likes, like, hey, if you're going to send me something, make sure your feet are there too. I don't know.
That's too much time we're talking about.
If I was a Green Bay Packers fan, I wouldn't be happy about this. I'd want my defensive end locked in on, like, trying to hurt people.
I mean, he's lucky he's not in like a tropical city, you know, like, God forbid the guy played in Miami, he'd be seeing toes everywhere. But Green Bay, you know, they're tied up in the wool socks over there.
No, but the bad news is, like, when I think of toes, I think of little sausages. And I feel like up there in Wisconsin, there's a lot of bratwurst and little sausages. Maybe he's going to develop like an eating problem or something. Switching gears a little bit from sports.
What the hell was that?
Over on CNN.com, right there at the top, first headline. Brace yourself, boys. Oil could surge to a new record high as apparently the war that wasn't a war that we've won like 10 different times is entering a dangerous new phase.
I saw it go back up to 379 the other day.
Well, brace yourself. It could go even higher, according to CNN.
Let's go there. Let's make our escape. NASCAR's Alex Bowman will retire after the 2027 season. He had pretty bad injury in case of vertigo. Earlier that sidelined him for a couple weeks. So it sucks that things can happen whenever you race in a car, but hints at 2 people to replace him, either Corey Day or Rajah Caruth, who would be a DEI hire. But yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Where are we at in the NASCAR schedule, Bubba? Not like necessarily the city. I don't really care about that.
I was gonna say we're at the Brickyard this weekend.
I mean that's a notable one though, right? That's always a popular one every year, right?
Yeah, they try to call it a crown jewel. And then one year they went away from it. One year they've done a road course instead. Because it can be kind of boring up there, if we're going to be honest.
I didn't mean that though. I meant just where are we at in terms of the schedule? Like how many races are we left? Are we halfway through? Or we like down towards the very end? I guess we got to be past halfway through, right? Hell, it just started in April, right? Maybe we are exactly halfway through. Where are we at, Bubba?
I don't think we might be close to halfway.
Okay. All right.
We have the Ravens waiving Diego Pavia.
What do we make of this? Did you celebrate? Did you give a fist pump?
Kind of felt bad for the guy.
You felt bad for him?
He's a dog, dude. I don't care what you say. What type of dog, I don't know.
Well, no, there is something to that. Like, if Diego Pavia didn't play for Vanderbilt, we'd probably not dislike him, or would we? Because you are right, he's a dog, and like he plays hard, and I do think he plays the way that everybody wants guys to play, but at the same time, he is kind of obnoxious off the field. And then you throw in like his brothers and his mom and the way he talks, like,
and that he's a 5'7" quarterback.
Well, no, see, I think that's a positive. Well, I mean, like, for the NFL, obviously, that's not a positive.
Yeah, I mean, like, he just doesn't have like a pro future.
Yeah. But we typically root for like the scrappy underdogs, but like he's our rival, so we don't like him. But he also is kind of that knockoff Johnny Manziel type that I don't really like.
I think he could go be the Tom Brady of the UFL.
There's no shame in that.
No.
Or go to the CFL. Like, I don't know which one ranks higher in the pecking order these days. Like, is the UFL, is that better? Is that more prestigious than the Canadian Football League? I don't know.
Maybe not, but I think with his like ego and like the way that he wants to kind of be the face of things, like if I were him, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go to the UFL and try and make this like an actual fun league to watch or something like that.
Or just show that you can play football. I mean, like Doug Flutie did that.
You make a lot of money as a backup.
I mean, yeah, Doug. Well, see, that's the thing is like I don't think he'd ever be a backup because of his demeanor. You can't have a backup coming in there.
Maybe a couple of years of UFL will change that. You know, he just
possibly
needs a real professional approach or something.
Yeah, because I probably would have said the same thing about Baker Mayfield, like not ever being a backup, and then that kind of saved his career, his ability to kind of be willing to be that second or third string and wait for an opportunity. I mean, like you said, he's 5'7". I mean, not really, but I mean, he's a small guy. What's his actual height? Is it?
He was listed at 5'8" in the combine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were being a little hyperbolic there, but never mind. I mean, I know he's a small guy. So, like, yeah, like he's fighting uphill of ever actually getting to play in the NFL. I think it's safe to say that's not going to happen. But, yeah, there ain't no shame, brother, to go and try to be good like in just another league. That's the bad thing about football. You could be an awesome college basketball player and make a really good living after college. Like, there's plenty of guys that's come through Tennessee that were good college players that probably, never were going to be good enough to be in the NBA. But guess what? They still probably made a couple $1 million over a 7-8 year stretch playing international basketball. Still made some pretty damn good money. Football, you can't really do that. Your only options are like, hey, you can be a practice squad player and make a couple $100,000 a year. Or you can, I guess now, maybe try your luck at the UFL, which is, paying you like 70, 80 grand a year. But you're keeping your dream alive. Probably not worth it. If the UFL is playing like overseas basketball where you can make a couple, $3 $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 pretty easily. Maybe that would change, but if you can't hack it in the NFL, you don't really have a safe landing spot.
There's been a weird situation going on with former Indiana Pacer Ty Lawson.
Okay, I saw a little bit about this. So, of course, you call him former Indiana Pacer, former Denver Nugget, won a national championship at North Carolina, was there during the Tyler Hansbrough, years. Was Lawson just there 1 year? Or was Lawson a multi-year college player?
Ty Lawson?
Yeah.
I think he was like a senior there.
Okay.
He played for a while.
I know he played with Hansbrough in 2009. I just wasn't sure how many years he was there. I thought maybe with his athleticism and his quickness that maybe he wasn't a multi-year guy. But either way, won a national championship at North Carolina. Played in the NBA for a long time, made some money. And then I see this headline that he got caught stealing like a $30 bottle of liquor. Is that the headline you have there, Bubba?
Yeah, they're saying that he stole a $34 bottle of Tito's from a liquor store in Colorado. And then during the arrest, Lawson is accused of verbally assaulting officers and causing a disturbance. These guys are weak if they can't take a little yelling. And then they just want to bring up his history of legal issues, including multiple DUIs and NBA suspensions.
Yeah, he played 3 years at North Carolina.
And then he responds out publicly by saying, "This is the wildest and more racist bleep I've been through."
I mean, have you guys seen the clips of all the NBA players going around talking about how their $100 million contracts aren't really $100 million contracts and taxes and agents?
I feel so bad for him.
Woe is me. It is funny.
So
but when I see like the Ty Lawson,
Was it like Jeremy Clarkson or somebody yesterday or a couple days ago put out like how they get like $350,000 for like all licensing?
Yeah.
I like how Kyle Kuzma went out and just was like, "Y'all are idiots." Like,
yeah,
nobody's giving you sympathy.
It was Kyle Kuzma's attempt to like try to become like a little bit of a grifter and like, win some favor. People are making fun of him for some of his other tweets, so now he's going to try to take the side of the public. But when I see a story like Ty Lawson getting caught stealing a bottle of Tito's, and then I Google it and see that he has approximate career earnings of $62 million, there is some disconnect somewhere. Maybe $62 million doesn't go as far as you think. Is he claiming it was a misunderstanding, Bubba, or is he like acknowledging that he was stealing the bottle of Tito's and got caught? Like what? Do we have the details surrounding that? Like, hey, I was going to pay for it. I promise. It was underneath my buggy. I didn't mean to.
They skipped that. They skipped past that.
Okay.
And this, they just talk about him, according to the report, kicking his cell glass wall and yelling "stop" over and over.
Okay.
Also spitting on the floor. And then they said he eventually apologized. Well, no apologies needed for Mark Cuban and Rashawn Williams, a Falcons minority owner, are buying stake in the Athletics through Harbinger Sports. So Mark Cuban getting miffed, but taking his talent to the MLB.
Okay. Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, who used to coach Team USA soccer. He's agreed to a new contract, and he will start a tenure as Germany's new soccer head coach. But I do appreciate that in his basically introductory phase, he warns Germany that he will quit if the media is mean to his family and like doesn't respect their privacy. Basically, like, hey, I'll take this job, but like you need to leave me and leave my family alone. If at any point you all think it's not enough for just one or two to feel this way, that I think that I should leave, I will leave without severance pay. Klopp said to journalists, if you go after my family and don't leave them alone, I will leave. I've seen what's happened with Julian and Tuchel, the other two coaches. I know it's worse in other countries, but this is the only thing I ask. Criticize me for it, whether something works or whether it doesn't work. You don't need to praise me too much when it works. That should be a matter of course. If it doesn't work, I am more than willing to work on it. You know what? I kind of appreciate that. Like, hey, I don't need praise. Like, we're supposed to be good here at Germany. And if I suck, trust me, I know I suck. I'll work on it. But, like, don't be mean, and don't be mean to my family, or else I'll just quit. I don't need this. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Like, hey, I don't need this money. I'll work this job, but I don't need the extra stress or dealing with you guys being jackasses. I'll quit.
Yeah. I mean,
I get it.
That's no fun, though, for the German fans. Like, where are you supposed to direct your anger to?
The players.
Also,
just
like,
be mean to the players.
You know, like, they're pretty passionate about.
Yeah.
We have yet to reach that level, for footy over here. But
I did see that we were still booing our goalkeeper during his MLS games. He's still getting booed, like, in introductions and stuff. The fans are holding him accountable for his terrible play in the Belgium game. So
our guy was an MLS goalkeeper. He wasn't even in like another league or anything like that.
He's an MLS.
but he's a Harvard guy with the crazy mathematical sequence to determine, where the ball is going to go.
Now, I did see something in MLS maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, that did at least raise some eyebrows.
See, the guy just missed that
aspect. I did see that. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny for me, as everyone's like, hey, we got it now we got it from here, world. Come watch MLS in like the first game. Messi's team, by the way, Inter Miami, there's a pass back to the keeper and he just completely whiffs on like a kick, and the slowest own goal you'll ever see.
For all the like US soccer fans that are like, why do we not invest more into this? Like, I would just show them that video and just be like, we will never get to the level that Spain and Argentina and these countries have.
Well,
that is our league.
Well, that's also funny because I saw like a video of like a 12-year-old Barcelona, like from one of those camps, one of those 12-year-old kids that's like out there moving like Messi and like dropping absolute perfect passes.
He'd probably score on that MLS goal.
Well, I was thinking about that. Like, at what level could he beat like our Americans? Also saw a clip of like Tim Ream, the defenseman who was awful that helped give up 2 of those goals against Belgium. He got beat on a header in MLS, like doing the same stuff, like much lower skill there, of course, still messing up, still can't handle that. And it did, make me a little sick. However, there was a clip I saw that did get me at least a little fired up. And there's like this 6'6", athletic, black soccer player named Neil Pierre, who had and he's a center back. He's a really, that's what we need, is some, center backs that have some athleticism, that also have some, he attacked a header in the box and just,
oh yeah, I'm seeing that.
And just jumped over everybody and scored on it. Now, that got me pretty fired up. Now, he is 18 and playing in MLS, which means that he's probably not like a huge superstar type of prospect, but just having a athletic 6'6" guy jump over some defenders and be able to head the ball in the net, that did get me at least a little excited.
Well, don't they? I don't know if he's got like I know the big deal with that Caven Sullivan kid. Remember that guy, the like 16-year-old that's a phenom? Like, he's playing MLS, I think, until he's 18, and then like another club in Europe has, like, I think Man City basically has bought him. Once he turns 18, he like goes and plays for Man City, I think.
Okay. I saw him doing like Man City's like academies and stuff.
Yeah, so like maybe this kid also has a club contract somewhere else.
I don't know.
Just playing.
It says he's 18, so I mean, like,
I don't know.
It might be one of those things that he gets bought in a couple years and goes, gets to that level.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, like, I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is a big athletic guy jumping around, scoring. Okay. We need big defenders to stop, like headers on the other end too, and like to be able to get some clearance. But then, yeah, the on goal was one of the worst plays I've ever seen in sports. Anything else, Bubba, we need to hit?
Controversial move from ESPN, as they're now debuting a new college football show starring the well-known podcasters of Mr. Pate and the busting with the boys.
Bussin', not busting. There's no T. Bussin'.
Yeah,
Bussin'
those
with the
guys,
boys.
Will Compton and Taylor Lewan. So,
do we know what day that's going to air? Do we know like what the plan is for that show? I think it's just one day a week, right? It just said a weekly episode. Is that going to be like a Thursday during the day, Friday night, Saturday morning? Do we have any of those details? I haven't actually clicked and read the story because I don't.
I was confused by this because the tweets from like Pate and Will Compton and Taylor Lewan seemed like they were like, this is news to me. Like it's not a thing.
I saw Taylor Lewan say, "What's the name of the show?" Which I didn't know if that was some type of inside joke or whatever. I didn't see anything from Pate or Compton.
am I getting Centelled?
No, I don't think so.
Because like Front Office Sports was the one who tweeted.
Yeah, no, it was a legitimate source. I didn't know if it was some type of joke or they were mad they didn't get to announce it themselves, or if they're just doing some type of bit that I'm unaware of because I don't listen to any of those three guys. I didn't know if that was their type of humor. I don't think you're getting Centelled though, Bub. I do think like it was a legitimate report.
Fun little insight here. According to CB in the chat, if you don't have a European passport, you cannot be a minor and play in Europe. So prospects have to wait until they're 18.
Interesting. These Rams new uniforms that dropped are fugly.
Let me go check them out. Good bets of headlines, Bubba. Sam, send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Is your yard starting to look more wild and welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Well, sometimes I go out.
Accumulated in the YouTube chat. What topics, what questions, what are the freaks provided us?
Well, the freaks want you to take back maybe your take on Rick Barnes from way back in the day. This comes from Elijah. He says, bring up John's take on Rick Barnes being a bad hire.
Okay, I feel like I've addressed this multiple times. I feel like I've already apologized for it multiple times. But at the same time, when we hired Rick Barnes in 2015, I said, well, first of all, first things first, I don't did anybody think he'd be here 11 years later, 10 years later? Did anybody think he'd have as long of a career at Tennessee as he did? Because I'd be curious to see if Rick Barnes even thought that he would have been here that long. That's something that kind of jumps out to me just from the rip, is like hiring him in 2015 and him still being here in 2026. I don't know if it'll be his last year. I wouldn't be shocked if he was still here, at least 2, maybe 3 more years. Of course, it could be his swan song, but I feel like I've been saying that for the last 3 years. And then if there was ever a perfect moment to leave, it'd have been like when Jemai and Zakai were graduating, but then, he landed 5-star Nate and was like, I'm going to coach him. And now he's as motivated and seems to be as locked in as ever. So I don't know what, the future holds for Rick Barnes, but at the time we hired him coming off of getting fired at Texas, I think my exact take was that he might come here and get us to the tournament 3 of the first 5 years, and we might make a Sweet 16, which was kind of what our first 5 years looked like. And I don't think, Elijah, that that would have been some type of big home run. I don't consider his first 5 years some big super home run. Now, look, we got to number 1 in the country in 2019, and I never would have anticipated that. The Grant and Admiral teams, especially that 2019 season, better than I anticipated Tennessee being under Rick Barnes for sure. But at the end of the day, they made the Sweet 16, and that was it. So, of the first 5 years, you missed the tournament 3 times. You made the tournament twice. You got bounced out in the second round. You made a Sweet 16. When Rick Barnes got hired, I kind of thought it was going to be a 5 or 6 year hire. So that was part of the reason I said that. Now you go to the COVID year. We weren't very good then. We were going to miss the tournament. Tournament got canceled, of course. In 2021, I don't think anybody would argue that was a fun season. I've said multiple times on social media, here on the radio, pretty much anytime it's brought up, the growth and the evolution of Rick Barnes, I think, should be praised much, much more than the hire. Dave Hart having the ability to go and hire Rick Barnes immediately after getting fired from Texas was a good move, but it doesn't look the same if Rick Barnes doesn't adapt going into the 2021-2022 season. Because if I just give you Rick Barnes from 2015 through the end of 2021, it's a good hire. It's a better hire than I, gave it credit for at the time. But even then, you would have had, 1 Sweet 16 and 3 tournament wins in 6 years? Correct me if I'm wrong, that's all you had, right? In 2018, you won 1 game, then lost to Loyola, correct?
Yeah.
Second year, you made the Sweet 16 and lost to Purdue. COVID, no tournament wins. 2021, you lost to Oregon State. So, yeah, you'd had 3 tournament wins in the first 6 years, which, again, that's what I thought we were kind of working with when it came to his timeline. And also, like, the stubbornness that I think Rick Barnes had in his first 6 years. Now, it worked with Grant Williams. You know, I'm not going to take away from 19. That was an awesome season. That was better than I ever thought. But, like, I would say through 6 years, it was about what I expected outside of being ranked number 1 for a couple weeks. I didn't think that was going to happen. But then, you know, going into the 2022 season, the evolution and striking gold with Zakai Ziegler and Kenny Chandler's ascension, and then just kind of like finally realizing that, hey, I don't have to play 2 bigs at all times. I can be a little bit more versatile. I thought that completely changed Rick Barnes' career, his standing in the sport, and, of course, the success rate of what happened here in Knoxville. If he'd have left after 6 years, I would have said it was a nice B+ hire. Now, of course, when Rick Barnes leaves, it'll be seen as an A+ hire. Like, yeah, like it went up a level. But I don't think the Rick Barnes that started coaching in 2022 and on is the same guy that we hired or even had the first 6 years. Elijah.
I'm sure that probably Rick would tell you himself that, like, the NIL era kind of had a new, shot of life in the arm a little bit there for him in terms of just kind of something new that you got to go. It's a new challenge in your coaching career type of thing. And I think that's something that kind of refreshed him a little bit. And maybe that product was kind of getting stale a little bit. And the evolutions of the sport just kind of forced him to change. And it was absolutely for the better.
Well, yeah, then also, like, not trying to force a basketball team to play somebody like John Fulkerson and Uroš Plavic together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there were times where he was trying to play those 2 guys together, and, like, that just doesn't work in modern basketball. Like, Josiah Jordan-James is maybe the most important player we've had during Rick Barnes' tenure, which I know that might sound like a stupid thing to say whenever you've had a Grant Williams and you've had a Zakai Ziegler, but, like, to me, Josiah Jordan-James, I say that he might be the most important player of Rick Barnes' tenure because I think that Josiah Jordan-James' versatility and his ability to play the small ball 4 and open up the offense while also not getting dominated on defense, I think that made Rick Barnes realize, hey, I can play a little bit different style of ball. Now, Grant Williams, to a degree, he did that too, playing the small ball 5. So, like, I don't want to, erase him from history, but, like, he wasn't here during the change of philosophy that we've had over the last 4 or 5 years. Why are we bringing that up? That was 2015, anyways. You're just trying to be mean, Elijah. Elijah would have been like 12 years old when I tweeted that out. I feel like isn't he in college still, or at least he was like last year? Anything else, Bubba, on this Freestyle Friday? Load them up with the chat. Let's go. Let's get some topics. Let's get some questions.
Let's see. Music City Sam says that Faison can get top 5 easily. People are not putting enough stock into how experienced our O-line is.
No, I mean, I think we are. And I think the offensive line is a talking point now. Like, I do think you're starting to see some hype for Tennessee from some people. Now, like the ESPNs of the world, the preseason top 25, probably not going to give Tennessee a lot of love. But, I've seen Tennessee's offensive line get ranked pretty highly. I've seen people point out that there's 4 returning starters there. A 5th one that's going to play that's not going to be like a freshman. We'll see if it's Haslam at guard or if it's Ori Williams at tackle. Like, we'll see who wins that 5th spot. But, like, I feel fully confident if Jesse Perry has to go out and play right tackle again. I think he was better at right tackle than he was at guard last year. So, like, I would understand if Ellerby and Heupel looked and said, hey, Perry's just so much better at tackle. We can have 2 all SEC caliber type of tackles. Maybe that's a little extreme for Perry, but point being, like, David Sanders, an All-American type of talent. Perry, a really, really, really good starter at tackle. To me, that would be hard to pass up. Sam, would you put Perry at tackle or guard?
I'm with you. I think I'd put him at tackle. I thought he looked better at tackle. I don't know how much of that was just like, hey, you get thrown back to guard kind of in the middle of the season.
Sure.
And the chemistry is just a little bit harder to to work with and stuff like that. But
plus Sanders is a freshman; he's learning too. It's like that side, that line is going to take an experience hit too. But last year,
at the same time, like I never felt like when Jesse Perry was playing tackle, I was watching games being like, man, Jesse Perry's killing us right now.
Oh, for sure. No, he was good. He was good at tackle. So
he was doing just fine.
I think everyone kind of acknowledges, and the cliche is that tackle's the most important position on the offensive line. So like, if I got a good feeling about Sanders at left tackle, I think I would take the proven commodity of Perry at tackle over rolling the dice with a Williams who, didn't stick as a starter at LSU at tackle for last year.
And I think putting Perry at tackle gives you a little more versatility on the line, just because I would assume you'd go to this Haslam kid at right guard if you would put Perry at tackle.
Right.
Leaving Ori Williams is kind of that swing tackle guy if you run into injury at any point. Whereas if you put Perry at right guard, I think this Haslam kid kind of played all around the offensive line, but like if you could solidify him as a guard instead of Perry being that guard to start and having to kick him out and then change the chemistry again, I think just having a guy that's played Power 4 football and Haslam stick him at guard and let Perry continue to develop at tackle, I think is probably your best bet.
Well, I think that's part of what I mean too with just the proven commodity, because the offensive line is something you don't want to jerk around. Like I feel like, especially with Tennessee's experience, assuming no like catastrophic injuries, you should at this point with 4 returning starters, you should have a 5 and be able to play that 5 the entire season, again, barring injury. The best path to doing that is putting Perry at tackle, who we know can play tackle at an SEC level. If you start him at guard and it doesn't work out at right tackle, then all of a sudden you have to move Perry out to right tackle. Then you're having to find a different guard. Then like you're in game 4, game 5 and trying something new. Like that to me is a more likely scenario than just starting Perry at tackle, Haslam at guard, and it's just working all year. But no, to answer Music City Sam, Faison can 100% be top 5. I think I said like by the end of that conversation, I don't see a world where he's better than like the top 3. Of Stockton, Arch, and Trinidad. But, like, nobody else in the SEC, Marcel Reed, Sam Levitt, Lenora Sellers, any of those guys, would I bet my life on being better for the entire season than Faison. Like, Faison could get to the level of being better than those guys, especially when you look at the offensive line. You look at Deshaun Bishop. You look at the wide receivers. Josh Heupel, his offense. The run game, we've talked about it with David Gabriel George about like how the boxes, the defenses play. Like, are you going to play for the run? Are you going to play for the pass? What are you going to do? There's going to be a little bit of that question too. Like, I imagine that defenses will try to stop Deshaun Bishop this year.
All I can do is try.
Right, but like if you're a defensive coordinator, like you're probably saying, "Hey, like let's make Faison Brandon beat us, right? Let's make the true freshman beat us." But like Tennessee's got wide receivers that can win one-on-one matchups this year. They might have 3 or 4 guys that can do it. So like you're going to have to kind of pick your poison. Now that's going to mean the true freshman's going to have to beat you, but like I think if I was a defense, I'd have to see that first before I have light boxes and let Tennessee and their offensive line and Deshaun Bishop just gash us for 6, 7, 8 yards a pop. Anything else in the chat, Bubba, on this Freestyle Friday?
Brooks Austin returned.
He's in the chat. What's up, Brooks?
No. Question mark Brooks Austin?
I thought about that. I do have a weekly thing set up with SEC Mike. SEC Mike's going to come on once a week, maybe like on a Tuesday or Wednesday to kind of recap the last weekend and look ahead to the next weekend. We'll do that once a week. I want to talk to Brooks. I will say from this point, or from this point last year, where I kind of worked that deal out with Brooks to like now, does seem like there's been some pretty big growth. The YouTube channel, I think he's got it to over 100,000. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it. I'll ask. I'll see. I like talking ball with him.
I just feel like he's know why we are kink shaming. I don't think we were.
No, yeah, I'm not king shaming. Like I just said, I told you I put tongue between toes. Like I'm not king shaming anybody. I was just talking about getting labeled as something, Bubba. That's all I was talking about.
There was a maybe pronunciation on your part. Klopp did not coach the USA. That was Jurgen Klinsmann.
Oh, that was bad.
Listen, you put a Jurgen in front of two guys that don't watch soccer.
If you put JK,
no, yeah, bad job by me. Who corrected me there? They deserve a shout out.
This was Chicken Chow Fun, but also there's others as well.
Klopp coached Liverpool, so like that was when I was a Liverpool fan. 100% bad gaff by me. Bad gaff by me. I was thinking that he used to be my coach again because I was kind of a fake Liverpool fan back then. Bad coach by me. It was the other. So here's my line of thinking. It's again bad. Hands up. Big mistake. But like the former Germany coach coached America, and then my former Liverpool coach is now coaching Germany. So like, yeah, that's how my brain messed up that. But we'll chalk that up to errors and omissions to steal from the playbook. Who stole it kind of from part of the interruption. That was a big error. You know what? That makes me just want to end this segment. I got to do some reevaluating. I think most of the audience probably knows not to come to us for like soccer talk. But it kind of makes sense, right? He's a Liverpool coach. I was a Liverpool fan. He's coach of Germany. We used to have the Germany manager. At least somewhat, I feel like, is at least justifiable to make that mistake. Also named Jurgen, right? Like both of them named Clem. You know,
if there's any sport that's going to slip through the cracks here, it's going to be soccer, guys. I'm sorry.
Jurgen. They both start with a K, last name too. Like right? Like, what are you going to do? Segment's over. Freestyle Friday is canceled. Stick with us.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
All right, Sam, I've seen the new Los Angeles Rams jerseys. You said they suck?
I think they suck.
I'm not a jersey guy, but when I look at these, the white ones, and then and then whatever their gold is, I think look pretty sharp.
They look like if a movie was depicting a football game, this is what the team would wear. Like there's no.
Which one do you don't like either one of them, or you just hate the yellow ones?
The white is all right, I guess. The yellow is terrible. It looks like I saw someone tweet it looks like a Nesquik bottle.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a jersey guy, so maybe I'm not the person to ask. But when I see them, I didn't think necessarily they were bad.
I just don't really know why they. I thought like their regular stuff is pretty.
This is just like
nice.
This is just an alternate, by the way. This is just
this
is just like I guess trying to go back to like the 1950s team that I guess won a championship, trying to pay homage to them.
That looked like the XFL Battlehawks with the white.
How dumb does that Diego Pavia contract look now? Remember that when they signed that? When the Ravens tried to give him, I don't know what the purpose of that was, but remember he signed a 3-year, $3.1 million undrafted free agent deal with Baltimore. That was basically all unguaranteed. So like the $3.1 million was just a headline grabber. I don't know if they were trying to do like his agency a favor or whatever, but like it just seems like pretty sad in hindsight. They made some big announcement that he got like a 3-year, $3 million deal. Like, wow, they're making an investment in him. Whoa. And then, waived before even the start of the fall camp.
He's probably so mad he can't file an injunction right now.
Maybe you should just be allowed to play college football forever. Like maybe if the school wants to keep you around, you should just be allowed to stay.
Oh, wow.
What's to stop us from just having eighth year seniors? What's to stop us? Let them stay and let them get their doctorate.
So apparently the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the CFL, they added him to their negotiation list in 2024. So if he doesn't this was tweeted like way back in April. If he doesn't make Baltimore's roster and decides to play in the CFL, Winnipeg will have the exclusive rights to sign him.
Maybe a shrewd move.
Winnipeg just knew, you're getting cut, buddy. So I'll just go ahead and take you off their hands, and we'll take you up to Canada. I also saw the UFL tweeted out like the eyeballs emojis whenever he got cut. So I think they want him.
Who did?
The UFL.
If you're him, do you do that? Do you go play in the UFL? Because like, I know you've got the whole chip on your shoulder. I know that you think you're going to be an NFL quarterback, but like, is someone going to sit him down and be like, hey, bro, this isn't going to happen? Like, you're just not tall enough. And like, hey, it sucks. If you were 6'3", you might be a big time millionaire, like all pro type of quarterback. Who knows? Because he was a good college quarterback. For like as much as we don't like him, and for as much as we dislike Vanderbilt, like, hey, like Diego Pavia was a baller in college. He was. He was a punk, and he was a clown, word to Tony Basilio. But like, hey, he was a good college quarterback. It just ain't going to work for you, brother, in today's game. You're not Doug Flutie. You're not going to get that chance in the NFL. It's just not going to happen. So, like, you can go do the UFL and grind and, like, scramble your brain for not a lot of money and not a lot of glory, or you could just try to be a podcaster. You and Johnny Manziel can just start podcasting together. You can call it something like Reckless and Dangerous, or I don't know, some type of talk
Short
about
and obnoxious.
Short and obnoxious. Lean into the bad boy thing. Do something. I don't know. Peaked in college, whatever you want to call it. Become a streamer. Like, it feels like a better path.
Yeah, he needs to become a streamer.
It just feels like a more realistic
he needs
path.
to go to that streamer university thing.
Maybe.
That they do.
Maybe. Find somebody. Maybe get into coaching. I don't know. Maybe Clark Lee would put him on the coaching staff. Like, it just feels like a more realistic path than trying to go play. There's pretty much no circumstances I would tell a player, hey, go play in the UFL.
I'd play in the UFL.
For what reason?
One, if I can still get paid to play football and work out in some capacity, even if it's only like $50K, that's still more than a lot of homes across, the world.
Yeah, but like
I still get highlight film and tape, so like the possibility isn't exactly zero to make it, to the NFL. It might be less than one, but it's,
how many players have we seen come from the UFL and get to the NFL? Because I'd imagine it's still quite a bit lower than just the guys who just strictly try to hang out and make practice squads and try to get promoted that way. Like, is the wear and tear on your body in the UFL worth it? Because, like, you also have to consider they play in the spring. Your body's not meant to be in car crashes year round. Like, the NFL players have to have the offseason. There's a reason the NFL season's only, 17 games, Bubba, because the body can't take it. If they could, 100% the NFL season would be longer because we would love to have more football. So, like, I feel like playing in the spring league and having your body hit and beat up probably makes it tougher to be ready to play an actual NFL season. I don't know. I'd be curious to see how many people have actually come from the UFL to the NFL and actually like been on a roster.
Best kicker in the league.
Kicker, okay. Well, the kicker, that's a fair point. But like the kicker also doesn't have the wear and tear. You know what I mean? Like it's actually good for the kicker to be kicking year round. But I will acknowledge that, yes, there has been a good kicker. I'm sure there's been a couple of guys like get promoted. Like there was a couple guys from the XFL, both iterations of it that ended up in the NFL. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, it goes back to what we talked about with the international basketball.
According to an article from Pro Football Network, 44 players from the UFL back in 2025 signed with NFL contracts.
But we don't know what type of NFL contract, right?
Nah, it varies.
Yeah, like we don't know if they're actually on a
some
roster.
Some joining 53-man rosters or some joining practice squads.
No, I mean, like being a practice squad player is a good living. Now, the thing about Diego Pavia is like I don't think they're going to have him as a practice squad player because typically the practice squad players need to be able to like mimic the other quarterbacks, and like Pavia is not going to be able to be like a scout team quarterback in the NFL that's going to be able to run an offense the same way the teams are going up against, are able to do. He's 5'7", according to Sam. He's just a wee guy. Just become a streamer, bro. Or go coach. Go try to make some money from the Vanderbilt fan base. Go get one of those guys to give you a job.
Would you want Diego Pavia representing your business?
No, probably not. That's the thing. Is like, the hometown legend, like, the legends at your school is supposed to always have a home, but like, yeah. I don't know how many like Ole Miss fans were signing up to have like Marshall Henderson sell insurance for them, or like, hey, I'm going to go buy my house from Marshall Henderson. I don't know if that necessarily works. What % chance, Sam, do you think we'll see Diego Pavia doing one of these celebrity fightings? Do we think he'll be?
Now that is a good. That's a great lane for him. He should try to just do like WWE maybe. I feel like he's a pretty solid like actor, or just like he can kind of like he's a good heel.
Is he athletic enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played SEC football at 5'8".
Okay. I just don't know if I take him as like the 5'8" guys need to be able to be like flippy guys, like be able to do like flips and stuff. Like I don't know.
I mean, he was pretty athletic to me when I watched him. Is he not athletic to you? I mean, half of his game was running the football.
He ran around. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he ran around. I don't know if he can jump. He's fast.
I feel like you're making it sound like you need to be like an Olympic athlete to do WWE, John.
I mean, to be
I think if you can play SEC football, you could probably do WWE.
There's been a lot of failed players that haven't really cracked it. Not
Is that because of their athleticism or because they're just boring on the mic and everything like that?
I'd say it's partly. It'd probably be more so of them not being able to do the other like theatrics, the microphone stuff. I just think of Pavia as kind of a little chubby too, though. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. I don't view him as like an elite athlete. Now he was a good player, so maybe I'm completely underselling him, and he did run the ball and stuff. So like I might be able to, I might be completely like, but at 5'8", he's just got to be the flippy guy there, because most of the SEC players, Sam, you're talking about also are like physically imposing. So like, yeah, you can take a Titus O'Neil from Florida and put him out there, and he's going to be like 6'3" and be physically imposing versus guys. One of the biggest guys right now in wrestling is Obafemi, who is like a shot put, SEC thrower. But he's like a monster of a man. If you're going to be like 5'8", you got to be able to do like the flips and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested in his career path. Doesn't seem like it's going to be with the Baltimore Ravens, and I don't imagine it's going to be in the NFL at all. Hour 2 in the books. We'll have another batch of news. Kicking off hour 3. Stick with us.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Only 3 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies. Some of the best promotions are still to come. Join us next week for a jam-packed week with all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers. On Friday, let's continue the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. Saturday, we honor one of the founding members of the Negro Southern League, the Knoxville Giants. And Sunday Fun Day to end out the week. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville, ayy. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by our friends over at Inward Half. Enjoy the walk-in. Golf season in full swing. You been getting out and playing much, Sam?
A little bit.
Well, when Sam plays, Sam's rocking the Inward Half, the best apparel brand you can have out on the course. Check out their selection, inwardhalf.com. Unmatched performance, everyday comfort. They got something for the entire family. Do you care at all about this 3M tournament going on in golf this weekend? Out up, I guess, in Minnesota.
Kind of a fun tournament just because, like, I feel like there's always some, like, a super low scoring. You'll get some fireworks of guys just shooting, feels like 7 or 8 under every day type of thing, something like that. So,
yeah, I mean, you had Ben Coles yesterday come out and shoot a 9 under in the first round. He's back out on the course right now. He's 3 under on the day through his first 9.
If you like that kind of golf, I think it's kind of fun to go from, like, the difficult conditions of the Open to, kind of just going back to the old American courses, and you can kind of just beat up on those. Scotty had a pretty solid day yesterday. Putted the lights out. Could have used that at the Open.
I know that it's not as simple. Like, I know it's not fair to say that one guy has to beat, 70 or 80 other people, but, like, if he can't win this damn tournament, like, I don't think I ever want to hear about Scotty Scheffler ever again. I know that's extreme, but, like, he came into this as like plus 200 to win this tournament. A damn golf tournament is plus 200. I do appreciate
it's not like he shot 1 under yesterday. Like,
he
shot a bogey-free 65.
Oh, no, I know. He's in position after day one. Like, he has no excuse not to win this tournament. Assuming Ben Coles doesn't shoot 9 under every damn day and post like a 36 under for the weekend, like, Scotty Scheffler should be able to catch him, and he should win this tournament.
I think he gained like 2.5 strokes on the field putting yesterday. So if
Scotty, that's a good sign for him.
So I think if he did that, if he continues to do anything close to that, he should win this.
Okay. Because his putting's been terrible. So if he is actually making some putts, that's a good sign. All right, Bubba, let's hit some news. This might be your last time doing the news. I give you a week to figure this out. Let's see.
I'll tip a cap off and I'll bid farewell.
Let's see if you can. Let's see if you can redeem yourself after the.
You can't fire me. I quit. Jeff Borzello, according to him, the December 21st game between Duke and Michigan is off.
No.
Originally scheduled for MSG, then attempted to move to the Miami Marlins Stadium, but all parties. Duke is now slated to face Texas Tech.
Okay.
At MSG.
What's the reason it's off?
They just say parties could not come to a final agreement.
I wonder what the parties are, because remember it was almost like a Fox versus, was it a Fox versus Amazon fight there? Because, like, Duke was trying to sell the game to Amazon. Remember, Amazon, like, had struck a deal with them like broadcast a certain amount of their games, including this one. But then Fox was like, "Hold on, buddy, we have the rights to Michigan. We want this game." And
maybe Michigan was scared to just get their ass beat after Dusty May left.
It might be that too. Like, it would be it would be kind of unfair to ask that interim coach to have this game scheduled. I assume, like, in the season, one of his first games be like, "Hey, here's Duke."
This was scheduled for December 21st.
Okay, well, by December maybe, like, they would have had some games, because they're going to Vegas, right? Like, Michigan's in Vegas in the Players Era tournament, so, like, they'll have some games before that. I kind of think it's probably just the TV networks not being able to come to a deal, and both parties being like, "Well, screw it." And you said Duke was playing Texas Tech?
Yes, they tried to make it seem like teams couldn't agree to a venue because they threw in the Miami Marlins Stadium.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
but
just
also
all.
There could have been more broadcaster rights to stadiums versus not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I don't think Amazon has rights to MSG.
I'd be interested to see where. Do we know where Duke and Texas Tech are going to play? Does it say?
It says they're going to play at MSG.
So they're going to play at MSG? And I imagine it's going to air on Amazon. I imagine Amazon will get that broadcasting right. Texas Tech, still a good enough program that like it'll be an interesting game. And if you're Texas Tech, you appreciate the extra spotlight and extra platform.
We had the Los Angeles Dodgers visiting the White House.
Another visit to the White House after another championship. We also had Freddie visiting the White House, but Freddie, the German,
the German spy infiltrator.
He visited the White House?
Yeah, him and his boys posted up at the White House.
Like
like they're inside the White House.
Okay.
He's planting cameras and microphones everywhere. They're going back. They're prepping for something crazy.
They posted a trip of them, at the White House. It's very strange to me that like during this whole entire trip, they never showed their face.
And the fact that all these people couldn't figure out who these people are.
Were they afraid to get like fired from their jobs in Germany? Like were they?
I mean, maybe they were just there were plenty of people that were like calling them frauds and stuff like that. And they were trying to like dig up all their past and everything. Maybe they were just like, hey, I just want to have a cool trip for the World Cup. I don't really want my identity getting.
I kind of felt like
a deep dive into,
Yeah, that's probably fair. But at the beginning, I was going to say I feel like people thought they were frauds because they weren't showing their face.
Maybe they're really ugly.
They could just be really ugly. I mean, we could do some journalism work, Bubba. You could find out. I think were they down in Polk County, Tennessee, shooting guns?
Oh yeah, I forgot
I think it was Polk County they were in. Like we can get in touch with the people out on the land that were helping them shoot guns and hang out and see if they have any pictures with them. But yeah, after 49 days, they said they're finally leaving.
Thank God. Get out of my country. I want to suffer alone. I don't need you here with me.
You ain't got to suffer, brother. USA, USA.
USA.
We got some news about Diddy, Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy.
You're going to tell me that he was probably involved in an altercation of some sort, aren't you?
A.k.a. the lubed up lunatic.
Who calls him that?
Lubed up lunatic.
Who calls him that?
Me. I just coined the phrase. The lubed up lunatic. He was involved in a prison fight and has been tossed in solitary confinement.
We think he won that fight or lost it?
I'm going to say he lost it because he's like, how old is he? I mean, he's in his 50s. He's in late 50s at this point, I would say. Mid 50s at the very least, I would imagine.
56.
Yeah.
He can't fight. He's just got to resort to like strange tactics of like tickling the guy, telling the guy that, oh, that feels good.
You want to get butt naked in
his ass.
You want to get butt naked and wrestle?
He's just got to weird him out, basically.
Yeah, but like I imagine the actual prisoners he's with are probably like hardened criminals that probably whipped his ass if I was guessing. But tossed in solitary confinement. I wonder if there had been some talk about maybe him, having an earlier release date. I do wonder
what is his sentence or whatever?
It had gotten changed. Let me see if the TMZ article has any updates on when he's supposed to get out. Let's see.
Wasn't it like a lot shorter than we expected?
Yeah. Diddy got in a fight with a fellow inmate. Okay. Ends up in solitary confinement. He went toe to toe with the other inmate this week. Things got heated when the inmate dissed Diddy. Okay, so then they got into a scuffle, started pushing each other, throwing jabs. We're told Diddy, quote, held his own during the brawl, which was quickly squashed by prison staff. All right, so he didn't get beat up. He immediately got tossed into the hole, though, at Fort Dix. It's unclear if he's still in solitary as of this morning, but he could be facing more long-term consequences. So he's slated right now, Sam, to get out of prison in February 2028. But that date assumes he earns credits for good behavior. If prison officials feel he was in the wrong in this showdown, that could extend his stay.
I was going to ask if, I didn't know how long his sentence was. If
I want to say he got like 5 potentially. I want to say he got like 5 years.
Do you think he would be a guy that would try to kill himself in prison?
No. He's too much of a narcissist to do that. No. Plus he's too close to getting out now.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why I was.
No, I mean, if he was going to be in there for like 30 or 40 years,
right.
Yeah, sure, maybe. But no, he's – and there was talks that might even get shortened even up further from the 2028 stuff. So, no, I don't think he'd be in any danger of doing that.
Will he try and throw a party when he gets out of prison?
100%.
How many people
invited?
That'll be a question. I'm very fascinated in how he gets reintegrated into society, like, and whether or not he will still be a celebrity or if he just kind of becomes like an infamous guy that we just kind of don't pay any attention to anymore.
Yeah,
or just cover like the bad side. Like he doesn't get the good side of celebrity.
If you're a celebrity that goes to the first Diddy party post prison, that is just like a one-way ticket to just like destroying your PR.
It might just be the greatest party of all time because it's like the safest place to travel to any country is after a big old disaster.
I don't think I'd want to be around him after like 4 or 5 years in prison, though, like because I imagine that's going to change his demeanor and like he's already kind of crazy. So I think I would just stay away from him, Bubba. I understand what you're going for. You're right. Like the flyest day, they say the safest day to fly in history was September 12th, 2001. You know, I saw people saying that, the safest time to eat Taco Bell is right now. Like, go get their food now because they're going to make sure everything's on the up and up. But you're right, Sam. Like, if you're a celebrity, unless you were just like his best friend already and you're staying by him, which he doesn't really have any of those guys. So now if you're like going to be friends with Diddy, like I think it's fair to question whoever that is. Good for him, though, being able to hold his own in the prison fight, they say. Working the jab.
Well, yeah, perfect form for this guy. NCAA Division I board says that they have no plans to change the age-based eligibility. They're seeing all these guys trying to go to court and get that extra year or switch things around for them in their favor, and they're saying, nah, we're doubling down on this. Don't extend your college careers any more than we're already allowing.
Okay.
We have Lane Kiffin saying that he regrets the messy Ole Miss exit.
Yeah, I thought it was good. SEC Mike tried to set him up. It was a funny exchange. You guys watch that video?
I did, yeah.
Where SEC Mike was like praising him at first, like, oh, you've won X amount of games. You've had X amount of people drafted. You've had top transfer portal class at Ole Miss. So, like, do you feel like that would have been better, because you talked about how the diversity and, like, the racial history of Ole Miss really helped, prohibited you from getting players. But it sounds like you had a bunch of success. And Lane was like, yeah, I kind of felt like there was a punchline coming here because you were being too nice to me. I found that exchange to be interesting, though, because Lane Kiffin, he said something that, like, I relate to, where he's just like, man, like, life is short. I'm not going to get caught up on this stuff. He's like, Hulk Hogan died, and that really hit me. And then he went to a thing. He's like, growing up, there was two people I thought that were bigger than life that were never going to die. It was my dad and Hulk Hogan. He's like, my dad's been dead for a while. He's like, so when Hulk Hogan died, it really puts you into perspective of A, how old I am, and B, like, we're all going to die someday, and none of this really matters. So, like, yeah, he's like, I apologize for what I said to Ole Miss. That was wrong, but, like, I'm not going to get hung up on that anymore. Like, move on is essentially what he was saying. He's like, my bad. I shouldn't have said it. Be happy. Choose joy. That type of mentality.
Nobody can get away with that message more than I hate this guy so much.
You do hate Lane Kiffin.
There's no other coach in college football that could get away with calling his previous stop the most racist place or whatever, and then just go to the next place and be like, we're all going to die someday, guys. Don't you just want to smile and not care about what I said and disparaging an entire city and town and college and trying to just burn it down on the way out? Guys, I'm at a new place. It's fine. It's so cool, and we're totally fine if you just say we're fine.
Now, if there was a school that you were going to call like the most racist, it probably would be the one that still goes by Rebels, like in Ole Miss. Like, I don't know how many other coaches would be able to.
UNLV?
Yeah, but see, the running Rebels don't feel the same as being like in the old South, Bubba, going by Rebels and like having the Confederate flag above the state and, all of that. Like, what's the running Rebels mascot? Is it a plantation owner? Because that's what it was at Ole Miss for a while.
That's now a bear.
It is now.
Fighting tigers.
What were the running Rebels mascot? Was it like a cowboy looking guy? I feel like it was like kind of like a Yosemite Sam, not Yosemite Sam exactly, but like picturing like a black mustache. Is that right?
I feel like it kind of just looks like the Texas.
Yeah, he's got a white mustache, but yeah,
okay,
just a coal miner cowboy looking guy.
Okay, But
Hey,
no, like
Reb.
I think everyone kind of agrees that like what Lane Kiffin did to Ole Miss on the way out, pretty gross.
Mr. Beauregard.
I don't know where people side now in terms of, although this UNLV guy, he kind of looks a little bit like a old plantation owner too. I don't know how people feel about Lane Kiffin and those Ole Miss comments moving forward. Like, should he's going to get his comeuppance? He's going to have to, pay the piper in September when they go to Oxford. How much more punishment should he get, I guess, from the media leading up to that? Mike asked it, though. Shout out to Mike, for making him answer that on a national stage. Anything else, Bubba?
Yeah, two quick things. One, Andrew Reese has a Barbie doll.
Okay.
Bayou Barbie doll coming out. And then also, as we talk about soccer, but I also think it could be kind of predatory.
Soccer can be predatory?
Yeah, so a 15-year-old has signed with the let me make sure. With the FC Dallas. And then when he turns 18, he gets sent over to Chelsea.
I don't know if that's predatory. I'm
talking 15-year-old, Sean, and athletic abilities. Benji Flowers.
What's predatory about it? Like,
The fact that he's a minor.
Yeah, but his
It's
parents are going to have to sign off on this. Like, they're not just going to be able to.
I guess it's not really different than recruiting.
Yeah, it's not different than recruiting. Yeah, it's like, hey, we're going to recruit you, and like you're going to commit to come to our school when you turn 18, and like we're going to take care of your family and give them some money. Now, I would say it would be sad to me, like if this 15-year-old is like a slave that doesn't want to play sports and his parents are making him. But like, I'm going to guess that's not the case. I'm going to guess that this 15-year-old wants to play soccer and do it at a high level. It would be awkward though. Like, what if the kid didn't really want to play soccer, but he was just that damn good, and his parents are like, "You're playing. We signed this contract. You're going to Chelsea. You're moving to London." I don't wanna. I want to dance, Mom. I want to play in the band.
I want to be Radar.
Well, it's kind of funny. That's what like Jacob Elordi, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of talking about that. He's like, one of the best days of my life is when I hurt my shoulder and couldn't play. I think it was rugby.
Yeah.
He's like, I couldn't play rugby anymore. He's like, so my parents couldn't make me play. He's like, I got to just go be an actor instead. He's like, it was like the best day of my life. And he's a big old boy. I bet he was pretty good at rugby. I mean, he's tall. Probably had a chance to be somebody. David Gabriel George is like, I don't want to actually play running back. I want to be in the pride of the Southland. I want to work at Weigel's in their social media department. Please. Just let me follow my passion of advertising. Run that damn ball.
Did you like Ryan Silverfield's comments at SEC Media Days?
What, where he talked about his aura?
Yeah.
Read it to me, because I felt like it was pretty cringy. Read it to the audience. Like Ryan Silverfield, of course, the coach that's left Memphis to come to Arkansas. No real fanfare. Not really good at his last stop. No one's really excited for his tenure at Arkansas. He did try to come out and be like, hey, I'm 5-1 against coaches in the SEC. I don't know what coaches those are. Do we know what coaches he's beaten? He said he had
mainly John Summerall.
Yeah,
like if it's Tulane and Memphis.
Yeah, he said he was 5-1. I didn't know if there was somebody else he had beaten, but then he was asked about his lack of aura, to which he answered with this:
I landed a hot wife that's very smart, and I've got 2 beautiful daughters, and I'm the head coach of an SEC program, so I think I've got enough aura. You know how you show aura? You win football games.
Okay, so was that the official quote? I saw one this morning that also included him saying he could cite lyrics from Notorious B.I.G. I saw somebody add that in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that was accurate, or because I saw that one yesterday that you had that was the abridged version. And then I saw another one this morning that talked about him being able to cite rap lyrics. And I was like, if he said that, that's really cringe. That's really gross. But maybe that was like a fake one. Saying you got a hot, smart wife, at the very least, that's going to make your wife happy. You know what I mean? I think I'd be pretty good with that if I was her. Yeah, this quote, let's see. Trevor Denton. This is a reporter. I've got a hot wife for a reason. I can get down. I can recite Notorious B.I.G. lyrics. I've got enough aura, enough to find ways to win football games, and that's all that matters, was another quote that came. Are we rooting for this guy, or do we want him to fail? Because he does seem kind of likable, and everyone's writing him off to where they think he's going to be a loser. There's a part of me that kind of wants to see him be good, but at the same time, Arkansas is on our schedule this year, so I don't want him to use us as an example or get a win against us or anything.
I mean, I think it's possible that maybe the pendulum has swung a little too far and just completely discrediting the guy.
Yeah, I
don't think he's going to be Kurt Signetti at Arkansas necessarily, but he could be a productive coach that we're just automatically penciling in as he's going to suck at Arkansas.
Now, I will say, at least as far as I'm concerned, part of that reason for me is that he's at Arkansas.
It's fair.
That's part of the reason I'm writing him off. And John Summerall's not getting this treatment, but because I think, Florida obviously in a better, more realistic position to win than Arkansas is. But I mean, he won 67% of his games at Memphis. Let's see, 8-3, 6-6, 7-6, 10-3, 11-2, 8-4. Had they not gone 8-4 this year and had another double-digit win season, we probably look at him differently. They kind of gagged away because they had some good wins last year, didn't they? Didn't they beat Arkansas early in the season? Didn't Arkansas wasn't that the game Arkansas fumbled away? KJ Jefferson fumbled, they blew a big lead. I believe that's what happened.
This is an interest. This was back in late June.
They also
Silverfield was on Andy and Ari on 3.
Didn't they also have a big comeback against South Florida? Didn't South Florida gag away a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter? It's I remember Memphis having 2 good wins against Arkansas and South Florida, but they still went 8-4 though, so that's pretty gross.
I mean, did they lose a lot down the stretch? I feel like
they lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, they were in the mix for the playoff and then just completely lost it.
They were 8-1 and then lost by 6 to Tulane, by 4 to ECU, and then lost to Navy by 11, and then lost their bowl game, which I don't care about bowl games, but. Yeah, had they not finished 8-4, maybe we'd look at him as a little bit better of a candidate. What were you going to say, though? Sorry.
A month ago, he went on with Andy Staples and Ari Wasserman and talked about meeting Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones said, I love the Dallas Cowboys, but, man, I love and dream about the Razorbacks having success in football. And what I was going to say was, obviously it's going to have to be pretty immediate, but, you saw Arkansas go out and swing big for John Calipari in basketball. I do think if he gives them at least a little bit of proof of concept in the first couple of years, I think you could see some investment.
The difference I would say there is they actually won a basketball national championship, right, with Richardson back in the 90s. So they do have a really
you could get some Jerry Jones money though.
You would think so, but what are you waiting for, Jerry? Jerry's 5 years old. I mean, Jerry's he's up there. If you're gonna
Dak Prescott fizzles out, maybe he'll just be all right.
My thing though with basketball is not only did they have a championship, but they were able to get Calipari, and yeah, you get Calipari because you're willing to throw money around. To me, the key part of that though, Sam, was getting Calipari. You know what I mean? So now that Silverfield's there. He is not Calipari.
It's backwards. They got the top dog. Now they're getting the investment. And it's you get the little guy. Yeah. We're going to need investment after we need to prove that.
I don't think Silverfield's the type of hire. I don't know what he could show that would get people fired up to give money because they need the money. And also Calipari wasn't walking into a dead program. He was walking in to a place where Musselman had gone to the Elite Eight a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like Arkansas is a dead program in the SEC.
Yeah,
they should go to the Big 12. They never will, take their medicine. But Arkansas could go to the Big 12 and try to beat Texas Tech, or be the second to Texas Tech, and that would be better for their fan base and be better for their football future. But they'll never do it. Instead, they'll just be in the SEC and constantly be a bottom 4 team in football. They're a bottom 4 football program. And I don't see any real way they change that. Who would you buy more the next 5 years? Vanderbilt or Arkansas?
I mean, Vanderbilt has more backing financially.
Right. And like, I mean, I do think Clark Lee's a better coach than Silverfield. Judging on what we've seen from Lee and what we've seen from Silverfield at Memphis, like I'd give the edge to Lee. So yeah, I mean, like if you're below Vandy in the next 5 years, I just don't see how you fix that. That seems like you're just broken. Long batch of headlines. Send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Sports this weekend, other than just the fact we will be getting past another weekend without football?
I was going to say one week closer to football.
Well, I mean, the CFL's been around for a little bit.
Is the CFL playing right now?
Yeah, they're playing their seventh game, or most teams are.
Okay. So it's been seventh game. Okay, so they've been playing. I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch any CFL. I tried to watch those. I watched 2 games, I think, when Johnny Manziel debuted there. I tried to watch it, and I was like, I'm good. I don't love football as much as everybody else. I tried with the UFL. Nah, I'm good. I don't need content that bad. Unplug a little bit.
MLB going on.
Yeah.
Catch yourself a little baseball game. Hey, MLS going on.
No sports this weekend for your boy, I guess, other than like the WNBA All-Star festivities.
UFC, it's just a fight night overseas somewhere.
Sam over on FanDuel, they got odds for the 3-point contest. Take all the unders on like their scores for the first round because like there was a picture of like all of them out till like 4 a.m. last night drinking. So
is it tonight?
I think it's tonight because the game's on Saturday. I believe.
Sure.
They
do look really drunk.
Speaking my language.
You know, if I was a single man like you, Bubba,
yeah,
I'd be posted up in Chicago trying to see if I could get into something.
Yeah.
I'd head there. You know, like that's always like a running thing, like in NBA, like All-Star weekends or like Super Bowl weekend, like just all these like escorts or like single, attractive, like Instagram women, like just trying to flock to the location to try to find them a ball player. You think there's like a group of men? I guess probably not. It probably would be a group of women trying to go there to find the WNBA players. Shout out to our friend Jordan Dejani, CBS Sports. He sent this in. The Yahoo Sports fantasy football like hot board for their draft. Are you guys going to do college football fantasy? You think you'll do that? I might experiment with it this year just to see what it's like.
Probably not.
But they have Deshaun Bishop as the 10th best player in fantasy football across all of college football. I thought that was kind of cool.
I hope he has an awesome year.
Jeremiah Smith, Malachi Toney, Kewan Lacey. Those are your top three. Safe to say, I think those are the three best skill position players coming into the season. Jeremiah Smith's, of course, a monster. Toney was awesome as a freshman. I anticipate that'll continue to get better. Do you think they have the same type of offense at Miami this year with Mensah that they had with Beck in terms of just like the really boring, slow, using every second of the play clock type of thing, or do you think they speed it up a little more?
I feel like they'll be a little bit more dynamic with Mensah. I would hope so.
But it worked with like the way they play defense and the way they run the ball. Like, yeah. I mean, like that playing that brand of football did seem to work. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do in terms of just their pace of play and such.
I'll be interested to see just how that defense looks, you know, with a decent amount of those, you know, big names kind of going on to the next level.
Caleb Hawkins, LJ Martin, Jaden Baugh, Isaac Brown, Nate Shepard, Darius Taylor. Those are all running backs. So the top two are wide receivers. And then starting with Lacey all the way down, you know, Deshaun Bishop, number 10, Cameron. Seems like, you know, 3 through 15, all running backs when it comes to college football fantasy. But Deshaun Bishop getting credit there in the top 10, which would make him, the 8th best running back according to them? Too high, too low, just right? Bubba, let me guess, you think it's too low? I do think Deshaun Bishop's going to have a lot of touchdowns this year. Like, I mean, at the very least, like Tennessee is going to give him touches and yards, but also they're going to let him, you know, score touchdowns. I don't know. It feels more like a Dylan Sampson type of season coming. I don't know if that means like he's good. I'm not saying he'll win SEC Player of the Year or have 1,500 yards or anything. I just mean, I think kind of like that year, how Sampson, you know, got like 85% of the touches. It feels like that might be the case for Bishop, where it's not so much a running back by committee, where it's just kind of like, hey, you're the guy. The rotations are a lot shorter, a lot smaller. The snap count goes up a lot. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel that way about Bishop this year. We'll see. I say I want to do college football fantasy, but I don't think I actually do want to do that. I think it's just a way to make me mad on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I committed to it, though. Jordan asked if I'd do it if he started one. I said yes. I will do it.
But
I had this conversation with a couple of my buddies that like I've just kind of not completely lost interest in fantasy, but it just doesn't like hit the same for me anymore. I don't know. I don't enjoy. I think I spend too much time then just watching football, like only caring about my fantasy. And I just don't really enjoy watching football like that. Nor do I like care about fantasy enough to watch football and only think about my fantasy type of thing.
my problem sometimes would be like I'll just end up betting on my fantasy football players, so that I'm doubly sad.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
the key is just like you draft your team, but you also have your bets separate. You just gotta have your favorite team, the Titans, and then you gotta decide, or do you care more about your fantasy team or your bets, and you gotta figure out which one. For me, it was my bets, but they were coinciding for a long time with my fantasy picks, and then I was like, you know what? Never mind. I can't have that be doubled up. But I'm pretty into fantasy right now. I think when I was your age, I'd kind of started like going down that valley, like you're talking about, of not caring about it as much.
I'll dip back up, or I'll get back up at some point.
I mean, you might not. That's just how it worked for me. Like I was really into it in college. I remember like being in college and like having 8 windows open and the professor's talking, and I'm just doing fantasy football trades and research. But then like once I got out of school, it did dip for a while. But then I got really back into it probably like right around the time of COVID. Before like either 2019 or 2020. So maybe it'll happen for you. Maybe it won't.
Maybe I just need to go down in leagues I play into.
You got too many?
Yeah, maybe just stick to like 1 or 2.
Maybe just find you one you care about a lot.
Yeah.
Because I'll do like 7 leagues, but there'll always be like 3 that I like really care about.
I have to be invested in this dynasty league that I have with a bunch of my college buddies.
Does your team suck, or is the team good in there?
We're all right. I'm like out of 12. I think I finished 5th last year, 6th.
Dynasty would be tough because if you don't have a good squad, like it'd probably feel helpless that you're ever going to fix it.
My big problem is that I have accumulated way too many Titans players. And the only option that I can take this year is Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
But I would have legitimately every skill position player if I drafted Carnell Tate.
Okay.
My problem is that I originally drafted Wan'Dale Robinson when we did like the rookie draft. And then of course he signs with the Titans.
Yeah.
I guess it was last year. My team
traded
was just
for Calvin
brutal.
Ridley. You was like,
I don't have Calvin Ridley. That's the one guy I don't have. My team was brutal last year, so I was like, I need a quarterback. Took Cam Ward. I had Tyjae Spears from the original draft. My team sucked, so I had to pick up like Chimere DK off of waivers. I've got Gunnar Helm. I just got to get rid of some of these guys. Or I just need the Titans offense to get good.
Well, that's the thing is like when your team is just bad at fantasy and you have a lot of those players on your team, that's not a good thing.
Right.
College football fantasy, you might could have Deshaun Bishop and Braylon Staley and Faison Brandon. You're like, you know what? This is kind of fun. This offense scores. It's not fun to have a lot of Tennessee Titans on your fantasy team. It is an extra type of torture whenever your real team's bad and your fantasy team's bad. Fantasy can save you if your team sucks, but at least your fantasy team's good. It gives you something to care about. But like if they're both bad, you want to die. You're just like, I hate this sport. It's stupid. Need to get the station league ready to go. Very interesting that Cody disappeared whenever it was time to pay his punishment, by the way.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Bubba, is there anything going on this weekend sports-wise that we should know about? Any NASCAR, any UFC? Because none of the major sports are playing.
Well, we have established that MLB is going on and MLS is going on.
Okay. Are you going to watch?
Those, no. Baseball, yeah.
Maybe I could can I go all in and be a Nashville fan, or are they too good? It's not bandwagoning if it's my home state team, right?
Of what?
You can be whoever you
Nashville.
want.
SC?
Yeah, the MLS team. They're good.
Sure.
I'll hate those boys forever.
You hate them?
I don't think anyone's going to give you a hard time about taking up fandom in MLS.
But they're good, right?
I think so, yeah.
Why do you hate those boys, Bubba?
They don't like the fairgrounds track right there.
Oh, okay.
And they want to tear it down.
Oh, okay. So for like NASCAR reasons or racing reasons?
Racing reasons, yeah.
Yeah, not NASCAR.
Again, racing is at the Brickyard up in Indianapolis.
Okay, that's there. What about UFC? Any fights?
They're overseas, so we got Magomed Ankalaev taking on Guskov, I think.
Any of these guys worth a damn?
Nah,
Not really? Okay.
It's a thumbs down card.
Okay.
A lot of 4 names for those guys that only fight overseas because they can't come over here.
Okay. But if you need to gamble on something this weekend, you at least have a UFC option. What time's the fight?
Pretty early. Because it's overseas, I think it starts at like 9 a.m. undercard.
Oh, that's
main card starts at 12.
I wish you would have told me that. Need a little action. All of a sudden, I'm betting on UFC fighters I have no clue about. Now I'm losing. Now I'm chasing.
This sounds like a really good weekend for LeBron to make his decision.
It would be nice, LeBron. You've waited too long where I've almost forgotten about you. Like, it was nice that you were stretching it out, but now you're at the point where it's just like you're not even in the conversation. You're not doing anything to get people talking about you. Although I do kind of appreciate a little bit that reportedly he's mad at Adam Silver for trying to rush him. Because Adam Silver came out and was like, LeBron, we need you to make a decision because we got to make the schedule, brother. And whatever team you play on raises their profile. Wherever he signs, Miami, Philadelphia, Golden State, Minnesota. That team will be on Christmas Day, in prime time. Because it's LeBron James. Now I would say all those teams will probably find their way on Christmas Day anyway. Maybe not the Warriors, but Steph Curry usually gets that rub. Giannis in the Heat probably get that rub. Maybe not Philadelphia. Anthony Edwards usually at least has a chance to get on there. But yeah, Adam Silver came out and tried to rush him, so then that reportedly made LeBron mad. So now he's just trying to be spiteful. It would be a great weekend to make your decision. That would be pretty cool. Last call on the other side. Stick with us. Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Last call here on the program, joined by SM Athletics top salesman, Tim Hill, smathletics.com. Nice to check in with you, my friend. I ain't talked to you in a while.
Glad to be here. I'm not, don't get to see that much these days, I feel like.
What's the latest?
Summer's coming to an end, it feels like. Football's here. Actually, a bit cooler in the air this morning. A little bit of a chill.
Yeah, last night felt good. As we were walking into dinner, we were trying to decide if we wanted to sit inside or outside, and air felt good. Nice, almost like a fall night.
Oh, it was nice.
Are you going to do the high school football show this year? Have you guys decided? We were talking about that. People want to know.
Waiting on Bubba, I think.
Bubba, what do you think?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, well, good luck.
That's what I got 6 weeks ago.
Good luck getting an answer from Bubba.
That's what I got 6 weeks ago.
I'm going to assume not. You guys could pleasantly surprise me, I guess, if you want to, but
Bubba just ain't got that dog in him. He's outgrown it.
Well, might end up becoming a dog over at a high school.
You what?
What does that mean?
My buddy coaches at one of the high schools around here and there.
Oh, you just want to go watch him? Is that what you're saying?
Need you to carry water for him or something?
Who knows what it'll be?
Is that the take? Like you want, or is he trying to get you on the staff as like as an assistant? Like what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to get okay.
Hey, buddy, they're already practicing. If you ain't there now,
Yeah,
what
I
are you
know.
going to do for them? How are you going to contribute if you're not there now? You're the
Film guy.
dog days of summer.
Film guy.
Film guy. Ain't nothing.
That's a good start.
It's a jabroni job.
No, come on. Don't crush this guy's dreams. He wants to be a film guy. He wants to get in there. He wants to be a part of it. All right. So I understand why
Are you looking grizzled Odysseus?
Why couldn't you tell me this 6 weeks ago?
Because you didn't talk to me 6 weeks ago.
I asked you, I said, hey, what you thinking? And your answer was, not sure yet.
Bubba's a private man. You have to press Bubba for answers.
I've been meaning to press him, but he gets out of here. He does. I mean, I'll be sitting out here sometimes. He just goes out the back door just to check to see if I'm here.
Hell, you ain't here either. I ain't going to hear from it. I ain't going to hear from you saying that about Bubba.
Tim, you're looking rough nowadays.
Damn, Bubba.
Damn. I don't think I'm looking rough. I'm looking like I've been working a little bit. I haven't had a haircut in, I don't know, 3 weeks.
Now that is
shaved.
But that's a change for you. I feel like you were getting your hair cut at least like once every 10 days.
I do,
or so.
but sometimes different. It's just busy.
So I mean, you do look a little disheveled from your usual hair, at least.
Those peaches aren't going to sell themselves.
I'm not saying he's not busy. I'm not saying he's not working hard. I'm just saying
it's just a little bit harder to get it every other week during the summertime. I don't shave I don't touch my beard. I let her do that. So,
what if you brought your barber out to maybe the peach tent one day?
I don't think she would like that.
You could give her free peaches for a haircut?
Nah, I don't think that'd be.
That's not worth her while.
Yeah, I don't think it's up her alley.
Now, last time you were on here, you sold all your football tickets. Are you fired up for this upcoming season? Are you going to be in attendance? Are you trying to sell your tickets again? What's the?
Oh, they're going to be sold.
You're going to sell them?
Not as a package deal like I did last time. I screwed myself last year to sell them to that guy. He even laughed at me later in the season. I feel like I can't remember who it was.
Oh, if he laughs at you, we got to jump him.
Well, somebody from the radio hit, wasn't it? Yeah,
nice guy, nice guy. No complaints, but he a few minutes
he pulled one over on you.
Later in the season, he let me know he got me good.
He's like, I sold these for $600 a piece.
I don't know if he sold them, but
these are worth $500 a piece online.
He got his money's worth.
Yeah.
So I will not be doing the whole season, which I was scared last season. I'm not scared this year. For whatever reason, just, I don't know, learn my lesson. Don't sell them as a package deal. Just let's roll into Georgia Tech, get that second win, and sell them Texas tickets after that.
Yeah. Or you could just go and support the boys.
I could go, but man, that sounds awful.
He's become a homebody.
I'm a homebody. I'm a complainer. I don't want to be out there at noon.
You could just try and keep rolling it over, Tim. Go beat Georgia Tech, maybe go knock off Texas, and then those next tickets are 3 times as much.
I don't know if they'll be as much as Texas. I mean, I don't know. The Texas ones are outrageous.
I'm saying the prices of the other games will get more expensive if you beat Texas.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think about the Stud Buds?
The who?
Are you familiar with the Stud Buds? Have you seen them? What's going on All-Star Weekend right now in the WNBA? These two studs,
blue-haired, woke.
Right here, look at them. They're live streaming their entire weekend at All-Star Weekend. These two blue-haired girls are just running around putting all these girls on camera.
I'm not against it. Just let them have fun.
They're having the time of their life.
Let the guys have fun.
I kind of feel like most girls just play in the WNBA now just to get to go to All-Star Weekends, it feels like.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know it was All-Star Weekend for the WNBA. Good for them.
This is a new couple in the WNBA. They got them sitting on a bed there. Yeah,
I usually skip this part of the movie.
Fast forward a couple minutes.
Yeah. It's that 15-second ahead about 5-6 times. See what happens then.
I kind of like the build up, to be honest. I kind of need to get invested in the storyline.
There's something building up on this for sure. Looks like. But I was overhearing y'all. Oh man,
that's the other stud bud.
There's a whole room full of them.
Thing 1, thing 2.
Stud 1, stud 2 is the shirt they're wearing.
I bet that room stinks.
I was thinking it smelled good.
It's a mixture. So
you ever seen this picture on this day in history, 2008? They let a 50-year-old woman play in a WNBA game. Nancy Lieberman.
I've heard of Nancy Lieberman. I did not. She
went out there and
played as a 50-year-old.
She went out there and played. She went out there and played as a 50-year-old in this day in history in 2008.
There was 10, 15 years ago, Rhode State had a 70-year-old suit up and playing a game for basketball.
Yeah, and now we can't do that because the age-based eligibility.
He actually played? Or just was on the roster, like sitting there, like on the bench.
I think he got some minutes in a game.
Just like some novelty, like here you go.
Yeah, it was
go post up and see if you can still hit that hook shot, brother.
It was a gimmick. Attraction.
Yeah.
I would go watch that. A 70-year-old playing.
It was at Rhode State. It happened.
Did you relate to Lane Kiffin's comments yesterday?
Brother, I was selling peaches all day yesterday. I don't know what the man said.
Well, he was talking about how his life changed when he watched the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Well,
and Hulk Hogan died. And he was just like, talking about the two guys in his life. It's like my dad and Hulk Hogan.
I mean, the documentary made him look good. I mean, as bad as some of the stuff Hogan did, it made him look good. And I agree with that. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he was a fixture for people my age our entire life.
Lane doesn't strike me as like a Hulk Hogan
Not
guy.
at all. No, not at all.
Not really.
I think he's lying, actually.
Unless they just ran into each other in the Tampa area.
Well, no, he didn't act like they were friends. He just said that it was like growing up, those were the two guys bigger than life in his life, were his dad and Hulk Hogan. But I like you said,
how old's Lane? 40, 50 now?
I'd say he's right at like 40. Is he 49? Anywhere from 47 to like 51.
He was even more primetime Hulkamania in 84, 85 than I was.
Yeah.
So
I just wonder if he was actually watching wrestling.
51.
51.
Have you watched the new season of Unreal?
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Have you?
We watched 3 episodes.
I was talking about it yesterday. I started crying during the CM Punk episode. I teared up.
Is that
about his dog?
I haven't seen that one yet. I thought episode 3 was amazing, where it covered Cena.
Yeah.
Talking about his match that whole year. I thought that was very good.
I thought in 3 they talked about Larry, his pup that died.
Maybe I've only watched 2 episodes in.
Okay. Yeah.
I've not seen the part about Larry.
I finished the season. with WrestleMania yesterday. It was all right. I do love that documentary behind the scenes stuff, though.
It's pretty cool. Paul Heyman hates it.
I imagine he does because they show him on camera without his spray tan and his makeup on. He looks pretty old and pale.
Yeah, He does.
That's what my fiance said when we were watching it. She's like, ugh, need to get Paul back in the spray tan. What the hell's going on with them? I made her watch some of it, but she liked it. She liked seeing the behind the scenes stuff.
I mean, it's interesting to me. I mean,
any plans this weekend?
Sell some peaches.
All right.
Last few weekends, that's it.
Yeah, no real sports going on. It's kind of one of my last calm weekends because August is going to be crazy. September is going to be crazy.
I mean, the Braves will be playing, so you can watch the Braves. First place.
They winning again?
5-2 in the last homestand.
That's good.
Acuna got hurt in AAA yesterday, so we'll see about that.
All the Braves fans in my life were doing a lot of whining and complaining the last month, so I'm glad they're winning again.
It's been hilarious seeing their AAA lineup recently. They've had 61 years of MLB service time on their AAA lineup the last
Andrew
week.
McCutchen.
Well, I saw Acuna come rounding third and dive into home during the minor league game. And I was like, that seems kind of crazy for a guy with his injury history. But
Not to end the show on a bad note, but it feels like Acuna is becoming like the Derrick Rose of the MLB.
Oh, no.
He is.
Oh, no, it is a bad note to end on. Tim, appreciate you, Bubba. Sam, have a good weekend. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new